Hey guys, what is up? This is Taking Shots podcast. I'm your host Luis,
And I'm V.
And I'm Angel.
and today we got a special guest, my boy Danny.
Hey.
Danny, bro.
Thank you for
Give it a round
having
of
me.
applause. Give a round of applause.
He can't hear it. He can't hear it. But he can't
Oh
hear
yeah, you
it.
can't hear it. You can't hear it.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Damn, bro. Thank you for coming out over here. It's been a minute since we talked to you. Like, hung out, actually.
Since we've hung out,
Yeah,
talked,
it's-
drank.
Danny, dad
who
life
would've
now,
thought?
dude. Dad life.
The dad life and
Oh
everything.
yeah,
Now.
Yes,
you're
sir.
a dad, right?
¿Cómo te va?
Damn.
It's been good. It's been good. They're away right now, and they're gonna be gone all summer. But I'm gonna go visit them next week for 2 weeks. But it's been good. It's been fun. Life is different. Like
Different
you
now?
don't know until
You know.
you have one, and like they say, you can't really prepare for it, and it's just not financially things, but it's just everything. But it's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a different, what is it called? Life phase, I'd say.
The next
A
chapter.
different,
they say.
yeah, a different
Next
chapter.
There you go.
Not a phase, because a
You're
phase
funny,
is.
guys. It's not a phase,
A
bro.
phase
I
is.
know.
All right, let's take a shot.
Oh my god.
Let's take a shot.
All right, guys. But we're
Yeah, we
Jack
don't
and
piss
Coke
off.
today. Danny requested it, guys.
Cheers
So
to having Danny on the podcast.
God,
Cheers,
cheers.
guys.
Cheers.
I'm fucking gonna die.
cheers,
Que
amigos
feo.
locos. If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
Oh my god.
Or-
Oof. I'm always the last one.
Si tú quieres, me dices, Danny.
Well, if we brought up Mecos Locos, you know how we do it. We don't just do one.
Bro, that was 5 years ago. I'm not as young as I used to be.
All right, I'm gonna need this because
Oh, I thought you were going out.
Luis, pour us the second one.
Oh, fucking
God,
it.
dude.
What is Mecos Locos?
Danny,
I just know that.
I
I just
know
know-
y'all ain't being for real right now,
No,
right?
we are.
Oh shit!
No, we- this one?
I haven't even finished.
I just know that we're on Taking Shots podcast, and
You're right.
I mean, I'm taking
just
you guys
a
to
little
a different
bitch here.
level.
I'm just. Yo digo que tomo, pero la neta no.
Me da miedo también, dude. Qué feo. But guys, Mecos Locos,
you'll get over it.
the trio. If you know, you know. If you guys ever saw the Instagram post on Mecos Locos, then you know. Oh, hell no.
Mecos
I'm gonna go get
Locos
more
was a
drunk later. This
phase.
shit's just
It,
gonna
yeah,
work
that
out.
was
Mecos
a phase.
Locos
That
was
was
a phase.
dude. That's when we were wild, bro. We were wilding back in
So when
the day.
we what turned 21?
Literally like
You know
21,
what? Fuck
22,
it. I'm not a
just right around
bitch,
there,
so
dude. Damn, ¿también?
this is Taking Shots podcast,
Ya
right?
se va a poner bien pedo, dude.
Dude, yo sé, y me voy a ir a poner más peda ahorita. Like, it's
Oh my
blacked out.
God,
I'm blacked
dude.
out.
And we
already.
all haven't ate lunch. I
Yeah,
think we
we
just
haven't-
had
Literally.
some breakfast.
That
So
ain't shit,
So if
dude.
it gets a little bit out of control, you guys know why.
You had breakfast?
I had breakfast. Yeah.
Yeah, must be nice.
Breakfast
I had
burrito.
nothing.
I thought you didn't eat all day.
Yeah.
I ate at 11. It's sorry, this watch doesn't work. What time is it?
Yeah, no, we definitely haven't ate.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it's 4:30.
But
Yeah,
at least you got
4:30.
something. At least you got something in your system. Pero, guys,
But damn.
Mecos Locos, throwback to
Fail.
20.
So most of you guys,
2020,
let me get it started.
2019,
All right. So most of you guys, I mean, we already said a little or what is it called? A little stories here and there
Wait
that
up.
we had in the past.
We gotta take the shot.
Oh,
God.
Again?
Oh my god.
yeah.
Oh,
Dan-
who is
I
this
forgot.
guy?
Oh my god.
Daddy unleashed.
Oh my god.
You're holy shit. Okay,
It's
hold
the
on.
This
Like,
one's for
can, we,
Mecos
like, can you
Locos.
give me like
Mecos
2
Locos.
seconds? Hold on, bro.
This is for Mecos
Oh,
Locos.
God. Oh, and guys, if
Take
you
a
guys want to
big-
hear
take a
more
big-
about Danny, make sure to go over to Sincerely B. She had him on there, talked about his dad
Oh, yeah,
life,
that's
and
true.
you know,
That's more of a serious
yeah,
podcast.
that was
and
like,
more
you
of
know,
like
if you want to get to know Danny a little more, you know,
Yeah.
deeper, a little deeper down.
We're just
we're gonna
a bunch
have
of
fun
goons.
here.
Yeah.
We're gonna
We
have
be
fun.
vibing over here.
We're just a bunch of goons, honestly.
Yeah.
You
cheers
don't have
para
enough.
Mecos-
Wait.
Oh shit! Nothing's fucking.
Cheers,
wrong.
guys.
That thing's gonna overflow.
Para Mecos Locos.
And they ask why I get
Remember,
drunk.
inhale, exhale. You won't feel it. I can't do this. Don't spit it out.
I didn't.
You're lying. I saw
Oh
you.
god.
Wait, so I kind of want to know, like, what is this whole Wait, did you
Mecos
say
Locos?
Mecos Locos thing? Because this is the first time I'm hearing about it.
And if you don't know what Mecos are, you could just Google
well,
it.
yeah, clearly I know what the fuck that is, but I just kind of want to know, you know?
Luis.
All right. So just to give a little quick background of like us overall with Danny. If you guys know, me and Angel, like we met each other through like a body shop that we work at.
Just through work. And
Yeah, pretty much work. Danny was, if you guys know, he's Gil's cousin, which is another coworker that we had. And at first, he didn't work there. And then eventually he started working there for a good year and a half.
Almost 2 years, yeah.
Yeah, he worked there for almost 2 years. And that's when we were all, let's say, single, wilding and everything. We did. It was like freshly, we were like freshly 21.
We were outside.
We were actually
Yeah.
like 21,
We were
22.
outside.
I think
But-
Luis was 22. We just turned
Just
21.
yesterday, he
told me,
told
right?
me.
Just a little-
I was,
Just a little-
I was hanging with the youngins.
Oh.
Pero if pretty much overall, we were like, you still have to take it?
Dude, let me be. Like, this is fucking. This is whiskey, right? This is whiskey, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Whiskey,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is whiskey. Like,
Yeah, Phil.
all right, stop being a bitch.
Sola.
La que no toma.
I doubt it.
So ready for the third one? All right, no,
Ah.
I'm kidding. We'll
Hold
give it.
on.
We'll give it 10
Hold
minutes.
on.
Just so you
We'll
guys
give
know,
it-
there's
Settle
2
down.
shots in each.
Dude, it's like getting hot
Cheers.
in here now, dude.
Yeah, and our
That was
drink
like
there's
4
2
shots
shots.
already.
But the way so you're saying
But
that
anyways, like I
Oh, you know.
like I was saying, basically, we met each other through work, and eventually, like since we had the same work schedule and everything, we pretty much did a lot of activities, after work, and then we started hanging out on the weekends because we all had the same schedule.
yeah, so and then
Like,
it's basically like you hang out with the people you work with.
Exactly.
So it's like, we all hung out. like,
especially when you're
together.
older, that's
Yeah.
kind of like the friendship that you kind of like make.
Yeah.
And even though, like for me and Danny, like we met so freaking weird, they
I
put us
re-
on the spot.
I remember the first time.
Yeah, I remember
Gil,
the first time too.
excuse me, Gil introduced us, and he's like, Daniel, this is Luis. Luis, this is Daniel. And we just like,
Like
we're both like introverts. I feel like
Yeah.
or I'm at least introvert.
I'm an
with
introvert at the
people,
beginning.
Like with people that I don't know. Like, I'm not a big talker. And I somewhat talked about this in the podcast with Blanca. But yeah, like if I don't know you, like I don't really talk. Like unless I know you, then like I could talk easy. So when I met Luis, Gil was like, this is Luis. Luis, this is Daniel. And then we're just like, hey.
Like, to make it worse, he's like, mírense en los ojos, because he just saw that, like, we're just like,
God.
hey, and then like we kind of like looked away,
That's
and he's like,
funny.
mírense en los ojos,
And
and
straight
then we
up just
looked at
like,
each other, and he left, and he left us alone.
it was just like an awkward silence, like for a couple of minutes, and then we started talking. But honestly, just day by day, we got to know each other. I think Michael's Loco started when Angel and I turned 21, because I turned
Yeah.
21 in January, Angel February.
So
And
back to
then
back.
not-
They were
After that-
finally kicking with me.
And
That's crazy.
not to lie, I think that summer we went to Denver every
Dude,
other
I
weekend.
No, it was like every weekend or
Y'all
every
wildin'.
other weekend.
That's what we
What
started
the
doing. We
fuck?
either went to Denver on the weekend or Grand Junction.
Yeah,
Because we were just bored. We
Yeah,
didn't know what to
really,
do.
yeah,
And like I
yeah.
said, we were just like,
Young,
because the
young,
valley's
wild, and
kind of
free.
like boring.
bored.
Uh-huh.
That's why our tolerance is so high with alcohol, dude. Like
Was-
we were going,
was,
yeah,
yeah,
well,
yeah,
it
no.
was, yeah, it was.
The age killed us right
Yeah.
Yeah,
now. Back then, oh my
No,
God.
dude,
we're
no,
old now.
But
Uh,
all I gotta say is my first blackout was with Danny.
I feel accomplished. I feel honored to give Luis's first blackout.
Success.
And if you
Were
guys
you
Wow.
blacked out too?
I was blacked out.
We bumped.
Well,
out.
you didn't see me try to drive out of the driveway.
Oh my god.
oh my
Blacked
God.
Don't
out.
do it
Angel's
yourself.
like, could you drive? I'm like, yeah. And then
I
I said
think-
park for a minute.
Awesome.
And then he's like, could you drive? I'm like, no.
All I gotta say, we went to like a balloon festival.
Yep.
I don't remember fucking seeing balloons at all.
So we went to so it was
That's because we walked away from them.
Yeah,
So
we
it
had
was,
our
uh,
moment.
an air balloon festival, and we had what do we have, like tickets for margaritas or whatever we were
So-
having, like
Margaritas,
the
yeah.
cups, right? And
I think
could
we
get
we
refills.
we're hanging out before,
Yeah.
and then like before we got in,
Oh,
we
we
chugged
all
the
chugged
four
the
loco.
One Four Loco for
We're
everybody.
wild.
Like
Just
one,
chugged
one.
it?
One per
Yeah, per person, one per person.
Yeah.
We
Like,
had
you know, the
four
tall
locos and there
can?
was
Like,
four
I
people.
see-
Because
Y'all
we got to a parking lot.
wildin'.
We got to a parking lot and we're like, well, we're not just gonna sit here and sip this. Like,
Yeah.
we gotta
Yeah, we
finish
gotta
it
chug
because
it.
they don't allow outside drinks.
All right, let's do it.
Y'all really said we getting fucking
Nah,
lit
we got-
tonight
we would do
because
that all the
holy
time.
shit.
Now we got lit, but I remember I was hanging out with Gil, we're chilling, and then I'm like, where the fuck is Danny and fucking Luis? I'm like, they were gone for like a good couple hours.
We're vibing.
I don't know where they were at. And then at the end of the night, I found them, and then that's when Danny was in the car, and he was getting ready to drive.
We were in the car.
Well, no, like at the end of the night, like
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
we were
okay.
gonna head home to his house, which is like right across the street.
Mhm.
But he was like, oh yeah. I was like, dude, because I had already stopped drinking at that point. These guys were fucked up. Like these guys were fucked up. We have videos too. We'll probably post
What?
them. Well, we have videos. We'll probably post them up. But
We got
You
videos
should
of everything.
because
Yeah.
I want to see that shit.
yeah,
'cause-
no. And Danny was like, oh, I was like, dude, you're good to drive? Yeah, bro, I'm good. I'm like, bro, are you sure? Like, I'm good right now. Like, I can drive us home. He's like, no, I'm good. Not even like 2 minutes later. Yeah, dude, you need to drive. Goes out and starts throwing up, and I'm like, oh god,
Responsibilities,
no.
you know?
And then that's when we went to Wendy's.
Oh, we went to Wendy's.
We got food, and then
Grubbin.
we went back to his place, and then again, he came as soon as he got out of the car, throwing up
Just outside the
yeah,
door.
right outside
Yeah.
the door, dude. And then in the morning,
But in the morning, freaking Angel's like, we got Wendy's? He's like, who paid? We're all checking our bank account.
Yeah,
it was me. It was me.
Yeah, we weren't sure.
Because I was like, oh, who do I Venmo? And then they're like, oh, you paid it. I was like,
Yeah,
shit.
those are like the bad times.
Yeah, they're
but it
very
was
bad.
good.
The
though.
good
It was the good
times. Good times,
The
not bad times.
Good times.
I
not
think
bad
it
times,
was
you know?
a good, like, when you turn 21 and you're just, like I said, wilding,
Yeah.
you're having a good time of your lives.
I feel like it's kind of different now that like we're all kind of grown up though. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
when you're 21, you don't really have that much responsibility,
Yeah, that
you
is
know,
true.
like
Yeah.
you're not, for example, like Danny, in your case, you're a dad now, so it's a little bit harder to be like, hey, I'm going to go out with my friends and just freaking
Wild
get
and
blacked
wild
out,
out, yeah.
throwing up
That's
on
why I was
some
scared
Wendy's.
to. I was scared to come on the show, on this podcast.
He knew.
He hasn't been out in a minute, guys. All right.
Yeah, that was Danny back in the day, guys.
Yeah, that was Danny back in the day. But
La
now
that was
gente
all.
cambia, la
I'm a
gente
change man. I'm a
cambia.
change man.
People change,
Nah.
bro.
Ya los
Yeah.
calmamos, for
I
sure.
think all of
We
us
all
for sure,
did,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
Compared to back then,
but- But I wanted to ask you. So when I first met you, you were really big into photography, and I feel like you've been slacking a little bit.
I haven't
Ooh.
slacking.
So I want to know what got you into photography when you first because when I met you, you were all into it. We would go out all the time and take pictures, and then I feel like slowly over the years, I don't know if you lost passion for it or something changed.
Yeah.
What do you think changed? Well, first, what got you into it, and then what changed?
So I had some friends from New Mexico that they got into photography, taking pictures here and there, and the way they would do their photography, edit pictures, is what inspired me. Because back then, photography was just cool. Take a picture, that's it. You
Mhm.
post it, whatnot. But
Yeah.
the way they would edit their pictures would make it such a vibe that I was like, all right, this is sick. They make a picture look way more than what it could actually be.
Right.
Well, then I think too sometimes even when you take a picture, it's kind of you're not getting the full experience of what you're seeing. when
Yeah.
you're
The
out there.
realism
Yeah.
of it, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what got me into photography, and nobody in the valley was taking pictures. So I'm like, this is a perfect opportunity to get in, and there's pretty cool scenes out here. There's pretty cool stuff out here to take pictures of. So I got into it, and then literally a couple months later, the whole world became photographers.
Yeah,
That's so
the
funny you
whole
say that.
world
became
Dude,
photographers.
the crazy thing is I feel like just where we live, maybe because
It
valley,
happens.
it's the phase comes through. It's in waves. It's
Yeah.
okay, one person catches wind of it, and then it's oh, now everybody
Yeah.
wants to do it.
Yeah,
type deal.
Oh,
so
But I mean, it's okay, I get what you're saying, but it's also not a bad thing,
No,
because
yeah.
in a sense, I feel like maybe, as an individual, maybe you were kind of scared to come out of that comfort zone of you
Mm.
doing, for example,
Yeah.
photography or
Mhm.
whatever else that is, that when somebody else does, it's oh shit, if
oh,
this
you know
person
what?
can do it, fuck it, I can do it too,
They get motivated.
Exactly.
To do it,
yeah,
Mo-
that's true, and get inspired.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I do gotta give a point. Danny was actually pro.
No,
Like,
yeah,
no,
you were
no,
good.
even on the
Yeah,
side,
yeah, you were really
like,
good.
there's people that would do that, but it's
Half-assed.
yeah,
It's
iPhone
mid.
pictures.
It's mid.
iPhone pictures, a little bit of filters,
Yeah.
mess around with the
Nah,
settings there.
But Danny, dude.
No,
full
Danny
camera.
was expensive camera.
Yep,
Took his time editing,
he did.
and he got recognition.
He did.
I
Yeah,
think he got
that's
recognition
period.
from Nike,
Yeah.
That's-
Mercedes.
What? I
No,
didn't
Mercedes,
know
it was
that.
It was a
Ferrari.
Ferrari.
Oh,
Ferrari,
shit.
oh, sorry.
Let me check you real
Mercedes?
quick.
Ferrari.
Ferrari. All right. Yeah.
Ferrari
that's
was back in the
crazy.
day, and that's funny because that
What?
was with just an iPhone. I was working in Aspen, and then I saw a Ferrari, so I was like, let me take some pictures with my iPhone, see what I could do editing it on my phone. And then next thing I knew, just Ferrari liked my post, and I was like, "No way, this is true."
Yeah, it's crazy.
Click on the
Yeah,
Ferrari
like,
page,
make sure it's real.
and it is like,
Well, it's like an artistic aspect because
No,
it's not just actually like pointing the camera and shooting it. Like
Yeah.
I said, there's another. You also get to edit the pictures really good and like put your creative mind. Like
Yeah.
you have to choose what's the best lighting and everything, the best angle
Yep.
overall to get that picture going. And like I said, I think Danny achieved a lot. And that wasn't even like
Yeah,
his
that's
job or
facts.
anything. That was his side gig. Because I'm telling you, he took a picture of like my car. I posted it in like a local, like a Colorado, like a car scene, like
Mhm.
and he got my picture to be in a calendar, like my car. In a
Yeah.
oh, I
calendar.
remember
That's
that.
I still have
And
it in my
then-
room to this day.
And then like the rims you had back then, I think liked and shared your
The
picture.
Rahana.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Rohana. Like it was like the pictures that we took. Oh, and then you even got my car in a website, the Fitment Industries.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
Yeah.
One time, like went. I think we were looking for like wheels for you or something, and then I remember going to the computer, and then they had like my car right there, like in the main page and everything. And I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, and
But
then
that was all Danny.
And then I think what was it? David's car, the
Oh the
BRZ?
BRZ, no, yeah.
and then I think the
With
what is
Mishimoto.
it? Yeah,
Mishimoto,
yeah,
Mishimoto,
that's
yeah,
what it
Mishimoto,
was.
yeah.
That
Yeah, that too.
that got shared too. But with Ferrari, I mean that's
Because the
that
Ferrari
was
is like
crazy.
like a higher brand, like higher luxury,
and
like
yeah.
higher
So
luxury.
my
And then
question
I-
is like, why the fuck did you stop? Like,
That's what I was-
what
let me get there in a
the
minute.
fuck?
But
I'm
when-
hearing all these good positive
dude.
things.
He's
and
like,
then
"I'm
it's
a dad." It's
because
that's
like
different.
I've seen, I haven't fully completely seen all your work, but I have seen a little bit, and I'm
Mhm.
like, damn, like he's actually really good, because
Thank
I've seen
you.
other photographers and whatever the case is, but you can see when the work is put into it. You
Mhm.
know
Like
what I
the
mean?
work speaks
Yeah,
for
like
itself.
exactly.
yeah,
so-
and that's one of the things that like the way I edit, I feel like gives life to the picture.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Is like what I try to do because like yeah, anybody could take a picture, but like honestly, you could say like this bottle of Jack Daniels. Like some people could take it, but it's just a bottle of Jack Daniels. But then like if I were to take it, I try to give it life and like make it show the brand
Kind of like a
what it's
story
worth.
kind of behind
yeah,
it, huh?
yeah. Like they say,
We
a
do have
picture's
one
worth
with
1,000
the Patron?
words.
Yeah.
Huh?
With the Patron.
We did take some
We did
pictures.
take some
The Patron.
Our days.
But yeah, so back to the Ferrari, like I clicked on it to make sure it had the blue check mark. Make sure
Make sure
it's
it's valid.
verified.
Make sure it's valid, yeah.
But yeah, and then recently, shout out to Gil. I'll give you your props here. He took a picture of me golfing, and then I edited it, and then tagged Nike and a bunch of different things, and
Mhm.
Nike was able to like my picture, and
That's
then
Dope as
Yeah.
fuck.
they said they would put it into not a contest, but put it into like their pictures to see if they want to use it for
Yeah, like
like
branding
magazines
kinda,
or even
yeah.
advertisements.
yeah.
On the website.
So
And the
I
thing
mean,
is, the thing is too is like I think like where we're at is a good location because I saw that picture and
yeah,
it's like the mountain and the
Cypress.
Cypress in the background, dude. Like
Mhm.
right there, like
yeah.
it's a good
It's
picture.
I
It's a good
I
picture.
saw it and I was like, "Yo, you gotta take a picture of me."
Guy-
and
like,
at times
hey.
I'll bug people about taking pictures just because, like, the scenery is right there,
Yeah,
like of
yeah.
our home.
No,
And
yeah.
that was like one of our big hobbies too. Like we would literally like just hang out and just go out like like how you said this valley's like full of like colors and
like sceneries,
you know,
like, full of
scenery,
sceneries,
and
yeah.
we would just go out and actually just drive somewhere new and just go out and take pictures.
Yeah.
And it was a fun time.
It
Yeah.
was.
I honestly
Yeah.
miss it.
We'll get back to
And,
it. We'll get back to it.
and all my Facebook profile pictures, I think would have been Danny most of them.
Yeah, I think like
That-
Danny,
I
like,
could
all
go.
the-
I could go to a couple
I
people's.
need a new one. Just
I
so
could
you
go
know.
to a couple people's Instagrams and then like scroll all the way down and be like, the old me is there, like the pictures. But honestly, one of the reasons why I like stopped was because everybody thought they were a photographer.
Yeah.
So it's like I was like, all right, like I'm a person that likes to be unique, have unique things.
yeah.
So I like to be
You like to be
like
different.
apart,
Yeah,
yeah,
you like to be
apart,
different.
different from everybody else. So once I saw that everybody was trying to do that, I was like, all right, this isn't, at least for now, this isn't for me.
Dude,
And I've gone into like phases of like coming back. I've deleted that Instagram.
Yo, I was gonna say,
like
yo,
I
you
talked
got
in Blanca's
hella-
podcast.
you
I've
guys-
had thousands of
Yeah,
Instagrams.
thousands of Instagrams. Bro.
And then it's not even my photography one, just like my regular page. But now I recently opened the photography one visual vibes. And like I said, like my photography, I want it to be a vibe, like just not the ordinary. Like I want it to be
Right.
different. A vibe to the eyes is what I like to call it.
Yeah.
But
Boy.
right now I have it, and I'm gonna try to stick to it. But I only do it when I like go somewhere, like see something I like. Like it's not like a
Everyday thing.
thing. Like post as much as you can.
Yeah.
Like no, like I want to like anything that I post there. I want to make sure it's like good
like
enough.
Good quality.
Yeah.
It's quality over quantity, basically.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that quantity is what gets more views,
Yeah.
gets you put out there.
Yeah, like because you're always posting, like
Yeah,
like back to
and
back
then
to
like
back to
it could
back.
be like one picture could
Yeah.
like blow you up,
Yeah.
but for me it's like I want the quality to be there, or like honestly like a different point of view where people are like, dang, I like wouldn't see that without like this point of view,
Mhm.
Right.
if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
No, yeah, that makes sense.
I
And then
think-
I was honestly, I was gonna ask you too, like, how come you never got into like videography?
To be honest, it's
'Cause
the
honestly-
music.
It's a way different game,
it's,
no?
It's a different game, but the biggest thing for me was music selection. Like, yeah, I listen to music.
You have to have
like,
that vibe, right?
but
huh?
like you need,
Yeah.
like you have to choose a perfect song to go with
for the moment, like
Yeah. to go with the moment. And honestly, like video effects, I bought like a big packet so you could get whatever video effects you want and just combine them. So that's the easier part. But like choosing the music to go with it
yeah,
is tough, and
'Cause
like to not reuse the same
it
song.
like ties it
just-
together, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's more of a it's a different type of creation from photography,
Mhm.
but it's a bit tougher.
Yeah,
I feel you on that, dude.
Yeah.
Even from like Instagram stories, that take forever to
Yeah,
just get a song.
a song.
Yeah, it's like
to
15
choose
minutes.
a song,
Yeah.
it's a little
Yeah,
a little
it's,
tough.
yeah, it's tough, and especially like to go with a vibe, like with a picture, like
Definitely.
living
Yeah,
in the
'cause
living in the moment, and you have to have like that song. And it's like
And I feel
Mhm.
especially like
know.
as you're coming from that background where you're speaking more of like how do I say, like you want to attract people to what you're doing,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So you don't want to just have something basic
Yeah,
put
like-
on,
Attract
you
the eye.
know,
Yeah.
exactly like how you said, you just want to attract people, not only just in the music, but with like your visualization of what you're
Mhm.
creating type of thing.
mhm.
I don't know.
I think at least you should at least start with what was it, the raffles they used to do?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, remember that?
Oh, the imprints that I would,
Yeah, because
That would
like
do-
Danny, like I said, like he would take really good pictures
yeah.
and actually like get like a really big nice canvas, and he would raffle him like in Instagram. No?
yeah.
Instagram, yeah.
And they did really good.
But they're expensive.
But I feel like I don't feel like that should stop you though. Like if you did it before, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of options, especially where we live, to be
Yeah.
exact, where you can actually not only get promoted, but there's so many people that I'm sure would want to contribute to, what you're doing.
Yeah,
In some
and
sense.
like working in Aspen, from
Yeah.
the couple
Yeah,
different
dude,
jobs
yeah.
like I've seen, like
You know people.
that
You
type
get
of
to know
business
people
is like
for
word of
real.
mouth. So it's
Yeah.
like if you're recommended by someone up there, then
Then
it's
it's-
like
yeah.
it's
It's-
like game over. Like
yeah,
you're
Mhm.
yeah,
you're up there.
yeah.
You
but
made it.
That's the only like tough part to be talked about
Mhm.
among like
Yeah.
higher people.
By word of mouth, it's like all
Mhm.
they do
Yeah.
is like word of mouth.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking for a photographer. Oh, you know what?
I know this guy,
I know this
yeah.
guy that's really good right now. Like,
Yeah,
you know?
that's how it is. But
Yeah.
I need to get back into
Dude,
it. I
dude,
mean,
dude,
I
and
think you
especially-
should,
yeah, dude,
honestly.
especially
I
since,
think-
you're-
Start.
I think
working
you're
up in
really
Aspen
good,
right now,
yeah.
too.
we'll
I
start
think-
today.
I think- I
need
think
new
you're really
profile picture.
good. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen all of your work, but I've seen some, and I think you have potential. And I don't think that you should, kind of let outside people of who are doing it interfere
Mhm.
with your work. Because only you know the amount of work you put into it. Like
Yeah.
somebody else could be doing it, but it's like they're not doing it the same way you're doing it. And that's kind of the same way I view things. For example, because I do nails, and now that I'm going to school, I'm like, okay, like yeah, there's absolutely a bunch of people that do this in this valley, but it's like, do they do the exact same work that I do?
Yeah.
Do they put the same
Yeah,
effort
it's
into
like
it?
quality.
Exactly.
You want
exactly.
the work to speak for itself.
Exactly.
Because if
To be
it's good,
known.
like,
exactly.
like with you with nails, you with photography, it's like, you know what, like, oh, this guy takes really good
Mhm.
pictures, or she does really good nails.
Mhm.
as long as you're doing like quality over quantity,
Exactly.
everybody's gonna everybody's gonna notice you. Like, you know what? Like, this guy's doing it the best.
And because anybody can do it, you know, like,
Like-
it's not, well, I mean, I don't, well, yeah, anybody could do it,
Yeah.
you know, you have to start from somewhere, of
Yeah.
course,
Yeah.
but if you know more knowledge and you're spending more time within yourself doing what you love, it's obviously going to speak for itself,
Yeah,
you know?
that's
So
true.
me personally, I don't think you should stop, you know? I don't know what kind of situation you're in or whatever, but I think you should just fucking go for it, because if
Yeah.
you're good at what you're fucking doing, like,
Yeah.
it can take you a long, like, it,
No, and the thing is
It'd
with
take
Danny,
you
and
far.
the thing is too with Danny, guys, is like, I feel like whenever he does like photo shoots for other people, because I know he used to do photo shoots for other people, I feel like he was undercharging them, because Danny, honestly, Danny is a really good
I'm not
photographer.
that good.
No,
to
no,
charge what?
Danny says he's not good, but he is really, like, he's like, I would put him like at a pro right now, because like the quality of the pictures, I think, and like you said, like the editing,
Mhm.
it's like within the editing, you give that picture life.
right.
So it's like, I don't know.
And
That's
it
just
takes
my
a
thought.
lot. I feel like
Yeah.
it, I mean, I've never done it before, but I would assume that it takes a long time to just kind of bring a freaking picture to life like that. You know, the
editing
realism of
take,
it.
does take a
Sometimes.
while, and then depends how perfect you want to make the picture.
Yeah.
It takes longer time. And honestly, I've done a couple weddings, and I've like not really done, not
Well,
because I
best
stopped
believe I'm going to be
photography,
hiring you
but-
for whatever photography purposes
Yeah,
I need.
but
Shit.
like weddings do take forever, because it's like every picture like
Yeah,
needs to
at
be
the end,
edited, and it's
yeah.
like 1,000 pictures
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
you need to be taken at a
Yeah.
wedding.
I think the main thing, even I wouldn't say, I would say just in general, like what we were talking about earlier, it's the thing with us is we're a little close minded. I think we
Right.
gotta, like how you guys said it, we're talking about the valley, but I think you just gotta expand yourself and not think just about the valley. Like you gotta
That's facts.
expose, like, you know, your work has to be shown everywhere else.
Mhm.
Because if you think about just the valley, you're closing your own mind.
Yeah.
And I think it's
It's-
kind of hard doing, sorry, not to interrupt you. I think it's kind of hard doing that, like, when we live here, because
Yeah.
people are very
yeah.
judgmental and we get so in our head with
Yeah.
you know certain people
Criticism.
like
Yeah.
exactly criticism, and we're like, oh well, I know this person and blah 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 this, but it's like you don't really know that person
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that, you know what I mean? And
And that's how I feel like fame in this valley is made up from, is that
Right.
if they
if
like
they
you,
like
if
you,
not,
yeah,
Yeah.
like
That's
your
period.
art could be at a whole different level,
yep.
but because they know who you are,
I'll
or like
speak
if
on
they're
that
not,
shit.
if-
I'll
Shitting
speak
on
on
you.
that
if
shit
they're not
for
a
real.
fan of you, then they won't
They'll-
support
they'll
you.
shit- they'll
Exactly.
shit
And that's
on
how it
you,
is,
yeah.
not just with
Yep.
photography, but
With
podcasts, like
literally
with everything.
anything
That's
and
why you got to
everything
think
people do.
outside of the box. Like, you
Yeah.
know, you don't gotta just stick to like impressing, let's say, the valley.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You gotta, like, you know, how overall, like, you know, you
Have a
don't gotta
bigger
care about
picture.
the,
Yeah.
the
you don't
bigger
gotta
picture.
care about the
Outside-
comments that are going throughout, like, you know, in here. You gotta think about, like, you know, showing your work to the world.
The
You know what I
world,
mean?
Yeah, and that's true, and I kind of see where you're coming from with that, but it's also like I feel like most of the people that are where we grew up, you know, they don't really get to see that side of like being in a city, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they don't really know what it is, because I feel like we live in a very like calm, slow pace of life, that in the city it's like it's a faster pace, you know,
You're always
like
moving.
exactly. And here it's just kind of like our mentality is a little bit like wonky, you know, it's like a little
relax,
roller
you know,
coaster,
Yeah.
yeah. And there is really no, I don't know, like it's just this fucking valley's weird as fuck.
It is, especially with the seasons. Like we have busy seasons and
Mhm.
slow seasons, and
Yeah.
then when we get to slow seasons, like people get bored of what to do,
Lazy.
and like
Yeah.
they
I don't
just
go
have
out on
nothing
winter,
to do.
dude. Winter nomás me quedo en la casa, dude.
Winter
Dude,
is hard because it's like that depressing.
Yeah,
depressing
the depression,
season.
the
Like,
depression.
when
because it
hits,
gets
bro.
dark by 5, and
Yeah,
you're like,
like
fuck this,
all
I
you
want to
feel
go
like
home.
is like you go to work if you're like a
You're like, the
9
fuck
to
do I do
5 or
now?
some shit, you know?
Yeah.
You go to work when it's dark. You
Yeah,
come
they
back
come
and
back
it's
when
dark.
it's dark,
You know, it's
yeah.
like,
Qué
Good thing, I
feo.
felt like this year was kind of good because it wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
I don't know if it
it
was just
wasn't-
me
yeah,
or
it
No, it wasn't that
overall.
bad
It wasn't
That's
that
'cause
bad.
we're
We didn't
dying.
get that much snow either.
Yeah,
That's true.
because
But-
we're dying.
Yeah, but I had another thing for you though. Talking about the valley and talking about your photography with
Yep.
Nike. How come everyone's starting to get into golf?
Yeah,
hold on,
for
hold
real,
on.
bro, for real.
That's like the wave that's coming through right now.
Like,
Everybody,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Phase,
I feel like
not
there's
a wave,
sports-
a phase.
There's like
yeah,
sports
no.
that get into it because I remember, you know, and it was like boxing and it's like YouTube boxing.
Yeah.
Well, a good amount of people are into like boxing, UFC now.
Mm.
But then like I started seeing like golf, like Canelo Alvarez, who's The guy from
Everybody's
Golden
golfing.
State.
Everybody's
Who's the guy from
golfing
Golden
right
State?
now.
Seriously.
Steph Curry.
Yeah, Steph Curry was
dude,
He's
golfing.
good. He's
golfing.
good.
Yeah,
And
well,
Canelo's
Canelo,
good.
dude. I remember Canelo won the BMW tournament. You already know. Shout out to Canelo. And
I know
They
absolutely
need to do a tournament for like
nothing about
people
golf.
that aren't on like the PGA, like pro golfers. Like if they do other sports,
Yeah.
they need to do a tournament for them and see who's
Like celebrity, like
yeah,
golf.
celebrity
Yeah,
slash like other sports.
Yeah. But talking about that, we start seeing your, if they follow you on Instagram and all that,
Mhm.
we be seeing you out here golfing now.
Yeah,
Man.
What got you into it?
I love golfing.
Yeah,
I love golfing.
What got you into it?
And first of all, shout out Nike, sponsor me please, because that's honestly pretty much at least all my shirts are Nike. So
Well, that,
all my shirts,
and that's good,
my
I guess.
hats, some gloves. So yeah, Nike, sponsor
Boy,
me please.
rapping Nike, bro.
What got me golfing? I think the first couple times. I mean, pretty much starting off, I went with Gil.
Top
Top golf?
All I gotta say, my boy Daddy was teaching me and Angel like top golf.
Yeah, dude, straight up.
Where we'd
got
go to
videos.
Denver a couple
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went a couple times with Gil, at least to start off with.
Mhm.
And I just got hooked on it.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing about it is the challenging part. It's you versus the golf course. It's you trying to beat your old score. So anytime you go out on the golf course, you're trying to beat your score from the previous time.
It's like you versus you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's you versus you, and then
Like-
you versus the past you. Like you're
Yeah.
trying to perfect your game,
Mhm.
and I've been getting better.
Tiger Woods Jr.
I went. I went yesterday. No, it's Danny DeChambeau.
Ah, ya tiene nombre, ya
Ahí
tiene
está.
nombre.
His
And
golf
people say that
alias.
because I tend to hit the ball further than other people, or like I
No.
use a
Es que está
People-
mamado.
Yeah, it's mamado Danny, that's why.
not even.
Músculo?
But like people tend to use like clubs to hit further. So let's say I use like a pitching wedge, which like for me it's like 150 something yards, 100 low 60s. Other people will use like a 9-iron or an 8-iron,
Mhm.
which will like get them to that same distance.
So,
But anyways, people
I
that
was
don't know
gonna
how,
say- I was saying like that, just went like.
I was
Yeah.
gonna
I
say
know, I was gonna
I
say-
don't know absolutely
He lost his chair.
nothing about
Anyways,
fucking golf.
all right,
so.
anyways, that
Does mini golf
aside, that aside, the purpose of golf is trying to get the ball into the hole as many shots as
As least as possible hits.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I got one question for you, just because we're gonna take a shot podcast.
Yep.
Just drinking, is it like drinking's a big aspect on golf, dude? I gotta say,
People. That's
that-
why I feel like some people.
I thought people
play
were
golf
going just to go
just to
drink.
get fucked
You're
up.
funny,
Yeah.
bro. You're
Well,
funny.
no,
I'm trying to go
I
just
see that.
to drink a little
Pa la peda.
in the morning.
It depends the
But-
crew you go with. If you're going for a serious match,
Then it's like you're.
I don't drink at
Yeah.
all.
I'm still
Did
waiting
you
for
wanna
your
be
invite,
on your
dude.
best
I'm just
game?
trying to drink a little.
Whenever
in the
you
morning.
want. I'm free tomorrow.
I gotta wake up
I'm free
early. I gotta wake up
Hey.
early though.
Tomorrow, they said.
And people that know me, I can't.
You're
wake
not
up.
gonna be on time. I definitely will speak on that.
Yeah, that is facts.
Yeah, but
I'm
depends the
never on time
crew
either, but
and the purpose. It's you go out there to have a good time, or you go out there to play serious golf.
Yeah.
Like a month or so ago, Fuck Chizo and I had a match versus Gil and his brother.
¿Quién ganó? ¿Quién ganó? Spill it to you right now.
Okay, who won?
¿Qué apostaron?
We did pinkies
Yeah.
up.
Ah!
We were like-
Yo, you suck.
we,
Hey, don't
we
forget about
were like
Josh,
this.
too.
We were like this. Pinkies up.
Dang, dude.
I love
But that was
Was that even a match?
that
That
was that was a match. Our first one. We're looking for anybody who's trying to compete with us. We won by
No. We'll lose.
yeah, we won by over 20 strokes which is a pretty
That's
big
pretty good.
margin.
That is actually crazy. 20
Yes,
strokes is
I-
actually crazy.
Surprisingly, I don't know nothing about golf, but I know what that means. All right.
What's 20 strokes?
Shut the fuck
So like
up.
every,
Luis is like-
no, so like every single time you swing your club, it's
Luis,
one stroke.
You're
Okay.
funny.
So
it's like they were-
bro.
No, he's
You're
like
funny.
Less hits.
I'm freaking
They're like
hating
20
you,
less
dude.
swings, bro.
I think you're gonna be on my
Luis.
team. I thought you were
I am
your
on
team.
your team.
You're canceled as fuck.
But everybody who's watching, I'm on Luis's side because
Exactly.
any podcast I
I
listen
heard-
to, it's always 2-on-1.
Exactly.
And in this moment, I declare I'm always on Luis's team.
That's what's
Damn,
up. What's
dude.
up?
So when
now,
you guys
huh?
speak bad about him or
Y'all speaking bad about him.
I
Yeah, y'all, we're squaring up later.
I'm at work
Both of you are
listening.
gonna get it.
I'm at work listening at the podcast. I'm like, Luis, I'm there with you.
It's because
in spirit.
A ver, it's because
Luis be saying some like just you just
I
be
don't
saying
know,
some
man. He be
dumbass
saying-
shit
Luis,
sometimes.
Luis, they're just haters.
I don't know, dude.
Nah, nah,
I'm
nah.
still making my own podcast, dude. Like I'm recruiting still, you know.
Shut
Let me know.
the fuck up. No, you're not.
Just let me know.
Get you, though.
He's
But
lying.
yeah, anyways, golf. That's the.
They talk shit, but no me can.
It's something about. You guys good? It's something about, and you like you want to better yourself,
Yeah,
and especially
Okay.
with that sport, it's you versus yourself, you versus the course.
yeah.
Like when you go out with others, yeah, it's fun to try to see who could shoot lower,
Mhm.
but honestly, the score is set from the course.
Yeah.
So it's you versus the course, and you just try to play as best you can. And honestly, it's something that you try to like better yourself in. Like, there's times where honestly I've gotten frustrated and want to be like, "Fuck this, break a
Yeah.
club,"
Yeah.
but they're expensive.
You're like, nah, never mind.
They're expensive, and
Do
honestly,
you have your own golf equipment or
I do,
Okay, that's
Baller.
and that was
awesome.
expensive.
Damn.
How
Baller.
much like on a on a
Shout out
price
eBay.
No, like people used to
on a
sell it,
on
like,
a
this
I know
stuff.
it's like I know the equipment is pretty expensive, but like what's like the
the price range.
Price
price
range?
range, you know,
Do I
from
need to
get a
like
Corvette
having
just so you can
something
invite me?
How about this?
from having
I'll buy a
something
Corvette
really
if you-
good into having something like you
Like,
know
what would
just
be a good
to
starting
practice
price?
or whatever.
I would
Exactly.
say, I mean, now it depends what you want, because there's a company called Sticks that could sell you the whole bag with every single club included for around $1,100. I've spent
What?
How
For a
much?
stick? For a stick?
No,
How much?
it's called Sticks,
It's just
but
Well,
it's
like
like
yeah, I
everything.
know, but like
How much?
It's
I'm
everything.
just being
1,100,
funny.
I think it is. But then I
That's
think
like half
you
of
could.
the new wheels, right?
It's like it's like 900 to like 1,100.
That's some new tires.
I
bro.
think I've spent around 1,500, but the irons that I got were bidded off eBay. So the irons that I got were around 580 after tax. But those clubs brand new are like $1,300
Holy
just
shit.
the irons.
Damn.
Damn, dude, just one like for one.
No,
or
just like the
what is it,
set. It's like
set?
from a pitching wedge to 9. So it's or no, pitching wedge to 4 iron. So it's pitching wedge 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So 7 clubs.
That's
Which, like,
crazy.
But
On
when they go
Callaway,
for-
that's
yeah,
$1,300.
$1,300. Dude, if you get it for $500, that's a steal.
Yeah, so
No.
I got it for 580, but I was on eBay like bidding,
Like
waited
crazy.
until
Yeah,
like the
dude.
last 30
No,
seconds,
dude.
and then like overbidded for like $20, and the next thing I knew, I got them.
No.
And like they're honestly like look brand new, like they didn't have a scratch or
Yeah.
anything. So I got lucky with that. My putter I got off eBay, my driver off Amazon, but then my like 3-wood off eBay. So like honestly, you could find good deals out there
Yeah.
You just gotta
for
look
some
them.
good clubs. Yeah,
gotta
you
look
just
for 'em.
gotta look for them and be patient, because at times you never know
Just go to
what
the
the
yard
deal.
sales,
But I
bro.
feel like it's also like nice to kind of have that source, you know, Amazon,
Mhm.
eBay, if like you're kind of just
Yeah.
starting getting into
Getting
it
into-
before you're spending like $1,300,
Yeah,
$1,500.
yeah, for 7
And some golf
That's
courses,
crazy.
Never mind. Don't invite me, bro.
you could use mine.
He got you.
But there is golf courses where you could rent out, and it's
Yeah.
like $50 or so, but
Yeah.
they're like top of the line.
Oh.
Just make sure you don't break them, because
Yeah,
I think it's
Then
just
you
like the
gotta-
weirdest. It's like the weirdest sport. Okay, it's like people of all ages like
Mhm.
that are getting into like Donald Trump. Then you see Nell.
What?
Yeah.
No,
No.
dude,
DJ
yeah.
Khaled.
Donald Trump. That's like his like
Yeah,
favorite
DJ Khaled
hobby.
también, dude. Yeah.
DJ
everybody-
Khaled
That's
do that too?
interesting.
Yeah, everybody, dude.
Oh, I remember I started to talk about him
Everybody.
golfing.
Yeah.
Where do you go play golf most of the times? Like
Where's the best
what are the
place?
courses
Where's the
that
best
you go
one that
to?
I've been to,
What do
or
you-
like
or
where?
Just
do
like
I-
in general, like what are like your favorites? Where do you normally go to
Your go-to.
on a weekend, whatever it is, or where are the ones that you like least were like, fuck this shit, I'm never coming back.
So the top 3 that I go to here, half because of price wise, but is RVR, Lakota, and Rifle. those are like my basic courses that
There
I
is
go
some in
to.
rifle.
There's one in
Yeah,
rifle.
rifle,
Yeah.
What's
all the
like
way back there.
what's kind of like the different type range, the price range, like depending on the golf course,
Let's
or
say you're
kind
trying to
of,
get
or does
into
it
it.
kind of depend on like
So it
where they
depends.
are in
It
the
depends
in the valley?
the course and the tee time. So
Gotcha.
first of
Okay.
all, the course. I was recently searching up the top public courses in Colorado, and Lakota, which is in Newcastle, was top 12, and Iron
In
Bridge,
Colorado?
yeah, and Iron Bridge, which I played yesterday, is top 11. So it's like 11 and 12, but
Interesting.
Lakota is cheaper than Iron
Yeah.
Bridge.
Yeah.
And to start off, tee times have a big effect of the cost because
Wait, what is tea time?
the tee time is the time you go off at,
Yeah.
like the time you have
like
to
your
start
appointment,
at.
basically.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like
What is the price? Like minutes, hours?
No, just like the time you start off.
Mhm.
So golf could take from 4 hours to 5 hours for a full 18.
damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it starts at 8. Well, you must.
You
You
choose-
start early.
You
Well,
choose.
you
You
choose.
choose
Oh,
when you
okay, okay.
start.
choose
I'm like,
basically.
I've seen like
No.
every time they try to invite me, it's like at 8,
Yeah.
9,
Early, it's like
or
early
10.
because
Yeah,
you
it's
want to
early.
get there early because it's gonna take that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's more expensive.
The later,
earlier,
right?
no, the earlier, the more expensive because people just want to be done with it
Yeah.
at midday and then have the rest of the day free, more time. And then the later it is, the cheaper it is.
That's
But
interesting.
one of the favorite courses that I have, I think, has to be the ones I went to last week after I dropped Caitlin off at the airport. I stayed over the night at my brother's in Fort Collins and then played 2 golf courses on Saturday, which is 36 holes. And honestly, that's a lot.
That's a lot. I was gonna
bro.
say
That's a
it's a
lot.
bro.
So
How long were you there for?
So the first
All
one,
day.
I started off at 6:50 in the morning,
Holy
and
shit.
then
dude.
finished off at around 11,
That's
and then
crazy.
drove an hour to the next course, and then played golf for like 4.5 hours.
I can't
But-
wake up for work.
That's crazy.
But those 2 golf courses honestly were top
best.
notch. The first one because it was Colorado National Golf Course,
Mm.
which is where the CU Buffs players
Oh,
play.
oh.
Interesting.
So that course was very nice. And then the second one, I drove an hour south, heading towards Castle Rock, and that course was very nice too. They were both expensive,
Like-
expensive, but they were like for like a one-time thing, like to say I've been there,
Yeah,
done that.
yeah.
But honestly, I was dead after that. Like,
if you don't mind me asking, how much do you spend, like, you know, on a day of golf, you know?
on a
Just
day of
to,
golf.
like,
So
just
if
to,
we're
like,
talking,
put it out there, you
if
know?
we're talking about here in the valley, if we're talking about RVR to rifle, so RVR is in Carbondale, rifles, the rifle golf
Yeah,
course,
yeah.
rifles and rifle. So RVR, if you're trying to get the earliest tee time, I think right now it's at 140,
Okay.
which isn't too bad. But then you go to Iron Bridge, and that's
It's a little bit more
$200.
expensive, yeah.
Yeah, which is a top notch course.
Yeah.
But isn't
$200.
Ironbridge kind of more of like a secluded, like private
Yeah, it's like, like
It's the
where
same thing as
people-
Lakota.
private
It's an
membership
HOA.
It's
kind
like
of thing?
it's like Lakota.
Yeah,
It's
It's the same thing.
like people live there.
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
have their-
But
But
then-
it's still open to the public.
yeah. But then like I guess deep down, like from Carbondale to Rifle, the deeper you go, the cheaper it is.
right. Okay, that's interesting.
Which like Iron Bridge is 200. You go to Lakota, that could be 100, 120 for the very morning. But then if you play like after 1, it's like $60. So like,
That's not that bad.
yeah, it's not too bad. The ones in Denver, sorry, Caitlin. The one in the one in
Oh, no te dejó.
she let me, but I didn't say the price.
No,
The first one that I went to, the CU Buffs one, which was at 6:50 in the morning. That one was cheaper. That one was 130, 140. And then the second one that I went to was $200.
Oh my God.
For just
Yes,
around.
tiene dinero.
That's crazy.
I don't got money.
But I mean,
Um,
it's like when you love doing what you're doing, you know, it doesn't really.
yeah.
Like what brings you
I
happiness?
mean,
you know, it's like,
exactly,
you know,
yeah,
it's-
I just do
you're-
it for
you're
experience
yeah,
because I'm like, done it. All right, not again.
Yeah.
Unless like group of good friends
Yeah,
go.
then you go,
and
then it'd
then
be a
I'll go
vibe,
again.
it'd
But
be a
like
vibe.
just to say that I've been there, just to get to know the course.
Yeah.
Because I think that second one that I went to was like a top 10 course of Colorado. So, and it was a very nice course. Like
Yeah.
it was
I mean,
very
if it's
nice.
up towards that way, then yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
But it's the reason why I wanted to go to 2 different ones. And then the night before I went to another one. So in 2 days I golfed 3 courses.
dang,
But
baller over there.
not baller.
I'll be like you when I grow up.
But just to get the feel of a city golf course compared to a mountain golf course.
Yeah.
I was about to say, like, that you brought that up. Like, it kind of gives you a different, like, momentum, kind of in a sense, like trying out different golf courses on how you could, maybe be better, how you could do things differently, right?
Yeah, because
I would assume.
there's some golf courses like the one that. So I golfed one Friday evening and then 2 on Saturday. The one on Friday evening was a easier golf course. Like it's honestly just like wide open space and just like straight down the middle.
Yeah.
Like as long as you could hit it there, it's
good,
pretty
yeah.
easy. But then the ones that I went to on Saturday both had to do with somewhat course knowledge or playing smart. So like at times like everybody just wants to hit the driver,
Yeah.
but it's not smart to hit the driver, especially if you can't hit it straight down the middle.
Yeah.
So you had to play more strategic. So play with more strategy, play with more knowledge, and honestly, playing there was nice. At least the Friday one was a little boring because it was honestly just open fairway, hit down the middle, and then just like pretty much the whole course. As compared to the ones I played on Saturday and the ones up here, most of them it's like you have to play with strategy. You have to play with caution of like if I use this and it doesn't go how I try to hit it, then I'm gonna lose a ball first of all, and then secondly,
the cost goes up. He says,
"Yeah, I mean, I like to collect golf balls." And
I didn't go now. He's over there picking them up.
How do you manage with the wind? Like
the wind?
Is that like?
My boy got muscle.
Well, like
¿No lo ves?
ignore Luis, but like I know how like.
I got you.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like,
I was talking. I got you to Luis, but yeah.
Oh.
You thought he wasn't here for you? Okay.
I didn't say he was. I was just trying to make a question. I was asking a question.
So at times you just rip off like the top of grass and then just try to see where the wind is going. So if it's going right and your shot tends to usually go right, then you just aim left. At least that's my point of view.
Is that kind of hard for you, or like is that just kind of like coming easy as it goes?
It comes easier as it goes.
Okay.
But like the one big thing is like if you have your shot consistent, then it's easy because you know what your shot's gonna do.
Right.
But then if you like with me right now, I found my swing, but what I'm struggling with is that at times when I try to hit it straight, it goes left. I play a draw. And then when I'll align a bit right to make sure it goes left, it'll go straight. So it's
Funny.
like, and it's honestly like little tweaks that you do. And that's why golf is so hard.
Yeah.
Because if like you can't hit a ball accurate, then it's like game over.
Yeah.
It's probably just like an experience. Like, once you start, gaining experience, you kind of know how everything flows,
Yeah, you'll honestly never see me playing golf except Top Golf or Mini Golf on its table.
And that's the thing, like, and that's the thing that like Top Golf is so different. Like Top Golf, clearly you go to have a good time.
Yeah.
Hit balls, try to hit them hard
Pedo have the time.
over the net.
Hey, whoever goes
On
first,
some wings.
Yeah, but then like once you know what golf is about, then it's like completely different.
It's a game changer.
And
All I
that's
gotta
it.
say is like Top Golf, you're just freaking hitting it for the fuck of it.
Yeah,
That's
You're not
me,
even, like,
that's
aiming,
me as
nothing.
fuck.
Yeah, and
That's
then
me.
like, and then I've been getting more into like watching professional golf, and like that's a whole different story. Because like people who don't appreciate golf think golf is boring. Like it's like, oh, they're hitting balls trying to get in a hole.
Yeah.
But when people like
Experience it.
but what people don't understand is like when they hit a ball from far away and could put it clearly
Right
in the hole or like couple inches from the hole to like birdie or eagle, like you appreciate the sport more because you know how tough that actually is.
Yeah.
It's like, ¿cuándo me invitas a ver? To see my
Do
skill.
you,
Whenever you want.
I have a question for you. Since you're like into golf and stuff, do you kind of do it more as a like hobby, or do you kind of see yourself kind of pursuing something with golf in the long
Competitive?
run?
I wish I could be a pro. I wish I could be a pro, but
Just remember
honestly,
me when you're up there.
golf is one of the toughest sports.
Right.
Definitely the toughest probably sport that I've ever played. I played most sports: rugby, football, soccer, basketball,
Yeah.
baseball, and I could say golf is like the toughest
The
sport.
toughest, yeah.
And people don't see that, but it's honestly like when you get into it, and like it's funny, like take someone new to try to hit a golf ball, like whenever
That's
you guys go
hard,
to
yeah.
Top Golf,
it's like
how hard is that? Now, like,
it's-
imagine,
no,
like,
it's-
I hate when you
I'd
hit
be,
the floor.
Yeah.
I'd
I
be
hit the
swinging,
floor,
I'd be
sparks.
swinging,
And
but
miss
I
the
don't hit
ball.
the ball.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And like honestly, like when you like swing and miss the ball like that on professional golf, if you swing, that's a stroke.
Yeah.
Oh,
Even
that
if you
counts?
miss
That
a
counts,
ball,
yeah.
that counts.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
So
fucking okay.
it's
Wow.
crazy. It becomes a
No, yeah,
lot
perdí.
tougher and it's crazy.
Same.
But honestly, I go to have a good time. It's a hobby because to become a professional, I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
clearly,
probably
yeah,
like-
It's
yeah,
probably
yeah,
like
yeah.
maybe if I
really-
started when I was like
Younger,
5 years
like,
old,
younger,
which
Three.
like
younger,
which
yeah.
every like
well,
golfer
like I
that
said,
isn't pro say, I wish I would have started when I was a kid.
Yeah, dude.
But I mean, it wouldn't be impossible, right? Or like, do you
It-
see
well,
it too like
it's-
far out?
it's
where
No,
you're
too
it's
like,
big.
fuck
it,
this?
it's just
tough.
too big
Okay.
because, like I
tough.
said, like look at Donald Trump, like how old he is, and like
Yeah.
look at younger people. Like
Like,
there's too much people that are like really playing it. Like there's not really like a physique that you gotta have or like a certain age.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you
But
just got to
the-
be really good at
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But
And
Danny,
that's
I
tough.
did have one more question for you.
Yeah.
So
Wait up.
Okay.
After one more shot.
You're not down. You're not
Oh
down.
my
Let's do it.
God.
Hey,
Yeah,
Michael
bro.
Locos, Michael
Oh my
Locos.
God.
oh my god, did I hate you guys?
This is a juicy question too.
Ugh.
I think. I hope.
Am I involved in this?
Here.
Because I was never involved
Pour
in
'em
the
up, pour
Micos
'em up.
Locos. Because
Plus, now you're involved in Taking
No, no,
Shots
no.
podcast.
Yeah.
so
Well,
we're
yeah,
together.
that's
and,
true.
And we got to refill our drinks because
Oh.
we're about
What?
done.
I've been.
this is crazy.
No, pues,
This is
good.
actually crazy insane.
But just so you guys
Well-
know, this is like Michael Locos here in the camera. you
I
know?
haven't. Well, actually, no. I was gonna say
Well-
I haven't seen you in a really long time, but that's false. Because are you still working at
Escobar?
Escobar?
No.
Okay.
I told them to give me a raise and they didn't want to, so it wasn't
like,
worth my
Did you
time.
make like
Head out.
decent money?
I made decent
there?
money, but they say after the year they'd bump you up good, and it's
And
been
that
a
was
year.
bullshit?
And I asked if they were gonna raise me up, and they said no. So I was like,
Wasn't
like,
not worth my time.
I don't know if anybody knows this, but well, I've known Danny for like when we were in high school, but we
High
never
school.
really like
Go horns.
never really talked or whatever. But I've seen him a couple of times at Escobar after like centuries of us being in high school and stuff. But he used to work at Escobar, which down in Aspen, kind of like a little club,
Little
little
nightclub,
nightclub,
honestly,
only on
yeah.
Tuesdays for Latino night or whatever. But yeah, that's kind of how I saw
Yeah.
him or whatever. But yeah, that's kind of that. What, weren't they closing down though? Like, wasn't that gonna be?
They
a
were gonna
thing?
close down, and then they decided that they were gonna sell it, get new owners. And last thing I knew, it got sold. And then right now, when I heard that they reopened and asked if I wanted to go back, they said that it wasn't sold. It's the same owners.
What?
Yeah,
that's
but
crazy.
I mean, honestly, not worth my time
yeah, no,
for
I
the
hear
pay.
that. And I feel like, honestly, like I feel like if it were in that case, I would kind of want to expand because if you guys have never been to Escobar, like it's super tiny. Like I don't know if you guys have ever seen SpongeBob, like the Krusty Krabs or whatever. It literally does that not remind you of it? Does that not remind you of
So
it?
it's
You're literally inside the Krusty
it's
Krab. Like,
literally-
that's what the fuck it is.
it was designed to be the inside of a plane.
Yeah.
Which it's pretty cool. It's pretty unique, but at the same time, definitely could use a lot of remodeling. So right now, compared to other clubs, it's now like the ratchet of the club, ratchets
Yeah.
of the club, compared to what it used to be. It used
I
to be the
agree.
top club, but then now that time has passed by, it's became somewhat old school, more ratchet.
Right.
So that's why I thought that when they'd sell it, I think the new owners would upgrade it,
Mm.
but I guess
That
it
was
didn't
not the
sell.
case, yeah.
It wasn't the case.
That's crazy.
And then honestly, when I was working there, I'd get off at 2 a.m, drive home, be 3 a.m, then
Yeah.
sleep for like 2 hours, 3 hours, and then go to my day job
Yeah.
because that was only a side gig.
No manches. dude,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then like I'd get home from my day job, sleep 2 hours, and then go back to my night job. So I was doing that for a bit, and then it was decent money for what I was doing. And I get clearly the more nights you work, the more money you get. But I
You
was
were a bodyguard?
huh?
Yeah, he
A bouncer.
was.
A bouncer.
Well, bouncer,
Oh,
yeah.
Bouncer.
Did
I
you
remember.
actually-
I remember every time like I would walk in like trying to go to Escobar, and I see Danny up front checking my ID, and I was like, "You already know me. You don't even check this shit."
Es que
Go
está
in.
And like he'd be like,
Es que está mamado. Like,
but
you
like
intimidate
nah,
people,
like
huh?
Escobar is crazy though. Like you never know what the fuck you're gonna see in there, honestly. And one, it's tiny as fuck. Two, it gets hot as fuck on the
It
quick.
does.
And three, like there's you don't have no room. Like I don't understand why people. Honestly, I'm like me myself personally. I don't know why the fuck I would go because you can't even walk, you can't even breathe, nothing up in that place.
I mean,
like,
it's fun. It
It's
was
fun
fun
for
you
sure,
get to
yeah.
know people, make connections, but at
For
the
sure.
same time, I was willing to work. Excuse me. I was
Make
willing to work
connections.
there again. But yeah, I was like, if they're not gonna raise me, it's definitely not worth it.
yeah.
But let's take this shot.
But let's take a shot for Meco Locos. This one, last time, final
God.
time.
I'm already fucked up.
Oh,
Just
This is
kidding.
what happens when you kick it with the Mecos Locos, like
Yeah.
the OGs. You know what I'm
I
saying?
had here.
Cheers.
Lista?
No.
Don't take your time. Nah,
What do
actually take
you
it this
mean?
time.
All right, cheers.
Lista?
Wait.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Shut the fuck up.
¿Cómo te enseñé?
I showed you that.
Oh, that
Take
needs
it.
ice.
Alright.
It needs ice and the
And the
lime.
lime, dude. Lucky the lime makes the difference, dude.
If you guys want to know how we made our drinks, go check out the TikTok. Is that where
Yeah,
you guys
the
post
TikTok.
it? Go check out the TikTok.
But Danny,
Ugh.
oh, dude, that is rough.
It's not the
It's
same.
not
It's
gonna
not
be
the
well-
same with the
well-
lime, dude. But one more question to end it off, and this is the question that Luis had. He actually sent to me that we should ask you.
Do you know how to word it?
How about I'll let you do it since you're
Wow. Okay.
so
right.
Luis is actually the one that brought it up, so I was
Yeah.
kind of interested too.
Just because it's like a little bit, it's a different topic.
Oh, that needs ice.
I'll go here. I'll go get a. I'll
please.
get a
Yeah,
lime
get
at
ice,
least,
get
dude.
ice.
We
Come
should have
on,
put that Jack in the fucking fridge because what the fuck?
No manches, we already drank it all.
Yeah, we already drank the whole bottle down. Yeah.
That's what's up. That's
Meco
my
Locos. Meco Locos, that's what's up.
Can I
Yeah,
be a
like
part
back
of your
in-
team?
back
Even
then
though I'm a
in the-
little bitch.
You can hang.
I can hang.
Back in the
though.
day,
You know I can hang.
I'll send videos to Luis, or he probably has it of like all our Meco
We have
Locos
too
days.
much videos, too much memories. That's all I gotta say.
And I like finished
what
a
year
quarter.
did you-
I finished a quarter of like a salsa bottle by myself.
Oh,
it was like
salsa was her shit.
yeah, I was
Well,
gonna
it
say
was
back in the day,
reliable.
that
It was
shit
their
was
shit. That's what they would bring.
Reliable drink.
that's what they'd bring. I finished a quarter of a salsa bottle all by myself.
Dude, Daniel's gonna black out and it's gonna be a bitch. Oh! Stop! Hey! Say something for the rest of. Wow! Wow!
After Luis took a shot, and then
What was this? When?
Angel's gonna say he saw me throw up in the bathroom right
When was
after.
this? When
It was a
was
little
this?
too much to handle
But-
when we went to Denver.
But that'll be for
Wait,
another.
were you a year older than me, or
Yeah, a year older. I
you
graduated,
graduated
16.
in 16, right? Okay,
Mhm.
cool. I was just
But
I was just wondering.
Wait, when did you graduate?
I graduated in 17. Ugh, don't say that.
Luis is like,
I feel
yes,
old.
Nah, Luis, 2015.
2015?
2015, man.
Actually,
10-year graduation.
Oh,
Next year.
Oh
Then next
my
year.
god.
Next year.
Yeah, 10 years. But,
I'm not
No.
going. I'm not going.
No.
but
Anyway.
Did you
That's
ask him the
crazy. We're
question?
coming up to our 10-year high school reunion.
You didn't get ice.
we'll just lime. So I
You're
just
the
thought
one
I'd
that
get-
told him already.
No, I
Yeah,
said-
that's
No, I
facts.
told him I
You
was
did
gonna
say
get
you
the
were
lime.
gonna get ice. Nah,
The
you
lime.
said you were gonna
Well,
get
you
ice.
said you were gonna
Oh
get
my
ice.
god! All right. Well, how about you ask the question and then so you can start talking.
All right, for sure, for sure.
We got time.
sure,
we got
for sure.
time.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got
it's fine.
time.
What's the rush?
Angel.
Yeah, Angel, what do you gotta do after this, huh?
It's not every day that I come
Wow.
and have a podcast
Exactly.
Our old guy's changing up, dude. He said, "Don't worry
I'm
about
with
it."
you guys. I don't know about Angel, but like
You wanna be part of Meco's Locos? Because
I literally just said if I could be a part of your team, I'm a little bitch, but I can hang. You
Well,
know I can hang.
You know
so-
what that means? We gotta take a
I
shot
know
if you're
she
gonna
can.
join.
That's
No,
fine.
but-
I can take a
I
shot.
don't
I
know.
can take another shot.
All right, Luis,
You
pour
can?
up the shots.
You
Luis.
literally act like I can't hang.
Luis, pour up the
How-
shots.
Okay, like
You're like,
honestly,
okay,
hold on. No, hold on.
What?
Hold on, Danny. I'm sorry you have to deal with this kind of shit at Taking Shots podcast, but like, how many times have you actually seen me like fucked up? Like where you know that I've been drinking since the podcast up until like we go out and have drinks at freaking Natives, Casey's, whatever. Like maybe once when I was acting up, like only once.
That's a whole piece of ice.
Tell me not. Tell me not.
No, I want ice.
But you do stop. You do stop.
I do stop, but like I can still I can
You haven't
hang.
done like us, like no stop. There's no stop.
No. But you stop as well. Like I can hang. For me being my height and me being just me, like I feel like I can hang. Like,
Ask Danny the question.
Wait up.
why are you in a rush? Look, Angel, Danny is enjoying this conversation
I
we're
am.
having right now.
Yeah.
Because he has a good drink right here.
All we gotta
Nah.
say is, hey, this podcast is just to vibe. This is just to
Yeah.
vibe,
It
you
is.
know? Hey, with the old squad, you know what I'm
With the
saying?
old
And
squad.
people who like people don't take it serious,
think
you know, at points, but it's like we can be serious when it has to be.
We
But
can
it's-
be
it's
serious,
funny.
but like most of the time, there is like a cool kick it podcast.
Chill,
Yeah, because
relax.
it's
We're not like factual, you know. We're not like political
Angel is.
correct. Yeah, Angel lo regaña a veces here and there, you know. But
he
like,
literally
we
tells
be
us like,
vibing.
did you
It's just
research?
for the vibe.
it
Yeah.
is, and
Like
it's
we
fu-
enjoy coming here just because we vibe.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it's funny because honestly, all the podcasts they've done prior, like about their stories,
They're
I have those memories because I was part of it. Talking
Yeah.
about the recently when you guys were talking about how many shots that night at our friend's house when we were counting our shots, I have a picture of our sticky
The
note
tallies.
about the tallies.
You're lying.
I was up there.
Yeah,
I
we
do
had-
19
Wait,
shots.
Wait, was I blacked
Yeah.
out? I don't
Yeah.
remember this.
19.
19
Wait,
shots.
was I blacked out?
Shit.
No,
I
that's,
don't remember this.
that's when we
When
had
was
the
this?
handle. That's when we had the milagro
And
handle.
part of it,
How
part of it
I?
was
I good?
You were
Sorry,
probably
buddy.
like at 3.
Sorry, buddy. I was
Nah,
up there.
you're lying. I would drank the most. At the
Guys, if you're watching on YouTube, I'll
You
send
guys
them the
could call me
picture so they could
alcoholic.
post
We're
it.
gonna
You guys could call me a-
post the
wait,
tallies
what
right
was my
here. We're gonna
score?
post the tallies right here.
I think it was 11.
Oh
Swear.
shit! What about Angel?
They were close to
Probably
each other.
close, no?
I swear.
Wait, who was?
Yeah.
Who else was doing the little tally marks with you guys?
We did
Well,
that.
Diego?
Yeah, Diego. We'll have to see like the. We'll post it up. We'll post it up.
Not
right here.
little sleep.
Yeah, not little.
Yeah, a little sleep. You guys gotta watch on YouTube to look at all
We
this.
did that shit?
Yes,
20
I had.
bucks right now. I'll beat you more than 11.
I think
shots.
I had 19 shots, and honestly, it had to do when we were playing Jenga, and
Yeah,
it was like the
yeah.
person to your left take 2 shots, and the
It's
person
like-
to your right take 2
Yeah,
shots.
dude.
That game
I
is
got that
dangerous,
so many
fuck that.
times.
We
It is
just.
dangerous.
I
Have
don't
you
know.
guys
we
ever
just had
played
too many.
Oh,
¿cómo
wait
se
up,
dice?
wait up,
Like-
wait up, wait up. And if you guys want to see the results of what happened to me that night,
Oh, Lord.
it's only exclusive on YouTube.
Oh,
You
is
gotta
that what
watch
happened?
that.
Is that when it happened?
That's when it
That's
happened.
You
when it happened,
against-
dude. This guy-
You guys, if you guys want to know what we're talking about, you guys have to watch the YouTube.
Watch the
We'll
YouTube. We're
insert
gonna-
it right
we'll
here.
We'll post the picture or the video.
The
Actually,
video and the
right here.
picture of the
Yeah.
final result,
Yeah.
because
What happened?
Like we said, we just have too much memory with Danny.
19
And
shots,
also, the first YouTube like channel that we had was with Danny.
yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
That was a good time too.
Yeah.
but that was hard. Like that's when like I tried to do some videography, but like I couldn't come up with songs
That's
or
my
like the
marijuana
like.
face too.
Yeah.
The what?
My little marijuana face
Oh yeah.
But let's
So you
take
had
the
a
You
hard-
shot.
were a marihuano?
back then.
What?
Puro malandro.
Where's
Wait,
the
but-
shot, Luis?
Hey,
I thought I
you-
we
told
didn't have nothing
We
left.
took it.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
Well, yeah,
But
we took one, but we
when
needed
Vivi
another
said
one.
that
Yeah, I
she
was
wanted
like,
to join.
am I gonna be part of
It's
Mecos
four.
Locos?
Just a little.
Huh? I took
We-
one right now
Luis,
with
we
all
did-
of
Four
you
shots.
guys.
We did take one,
We
but
did
when
more
Vivi
than
said
4
she wanted to
shots.
be part of Mecos Locos,
All right, whatever.
I think you guys need to switch
whatever,
out your
whatever.
fucking team member because at this point he doesn't even know how many shots he's took already.
This is the fourth one.
No, it's not.
You're lying.
No, we're not. Like
We
this
took
is not
two at the
fourth one.
beginning, and we took.
You're gonna have to
another
do a little bit for everybody so everybody gets one.
Yeah, put 'em in
That's
chopstick.
literally all it is.
Well,
A sip.
I'll sip.
well. I
But
don't know.
guys, that's how we do it at Mecos Locos. Finish a bottle right away, and that's what would happen in many times anywhere.
What are you
Denver,
doing?
here,
Junction, no matter where it's at.
I'm
no matter
scared.
where, we'd get a bottle and finish that
All right. So
quick.
cheers.
Anyways, well,
Sip.
cheers. I think
Little
I made it
sip.
to the team or whatever. I'm just kidding. I'm
No, they
kidding.
can do it.
Why talk shit? Huh? You
I
want?
invited you.
wanna fight?
All right, you know, you have to- I don't know.
I'm a part of the.
All right, bring these y luego ya.
You got me fucked up, for real.
All right, una, dos.
Still rough, huh? I suck. Oh, my right here. Still.
Oh, la verga.
Just wanted to make sure.
All right, damn.
If
Te
I'm
van a pegar,
if I'm
puto.
fucked up later, I'm sorry. That's all I gotta say. I'm sorry.
Now you know why.
If I go to jail, you guys gotta bail me out.
Huh?
Just saying.
But
Hey,
another
I
question.
got you. I got you.
Another
All
question.
right.
As long as they accept
I
credit
used
cards.
to never believe when Luis was in jail, but now I can believe it.
Supposed to be like that. Whatever.
I'm just
That is
saying.
actually
I've
crazy.
been in jail too, you know?
No comment.
Yeah, that's actually crazy.
My lawyer said no comment.
But final,
Anyways,
but
anyhow,
the
You can
last
just
question.
edit it out.
anyhow, no, I'm too
No,
busy doing it.
no.
Any
We leave it raw here. Anyways,
So the last question
yeah,
for
that
Dan.
shit's
all
bad.
right, Dani Arroyos.
Dang, Angel, what plans do you have later on today that you want to get rid of
Yeah,
us?
what are you?
Yeah, for real. Like
Angel.
we're vibing, we're
he's always like,
chilling.
next question, next question, next
No,
question.
because
I get it. We're gonna go have a
Hey,
photo.
whatever,
shoot.
okay?
whatever.
You
I-
just got exposed by Danny.
Yeah.
No, I get it. We got a
honestly.
You
photo
want to
shoot
step
of
out
the
the podcast?
cars?
We'll still
No.
vibe, you know.
No, I get it.
It can't be too dark.
He's excited that we're gonna go have a photo shoot of the cars.
Finally.
I mean, we
At
planned
the end
that
of the
out.
day, look, let me tell you, at the end of the day, he's the one that
Guys-
has to deal with that shit,
No,
not
guys.
us.
Deal with what?
Editing?
Oh, the video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't go that hard.
You'll be aight though. Like that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm telling him. Like you'll be
All right, so
aight.
next question.
All right, next question.
All right, anyways.
I hate it here.
Anyhow. All right, Danny. The last and final question I was talking about.
So get
Talking
to
about Caitlyn. Dun 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 dun.
Damn.
Dun, 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 dun. Te voy a pegar.
I gotta behave. I
No, no,
gotta.
no. All right. So my last question that I had was, is there like a good and bad and ugly dating someone else that's like a different culture from you?
I don't know about
Especially
ugly,
like
'cause
raising. Well, that's a saying. That's a saying. That's a saying. Like,
it just depends if you think
No.
the other person's ugly, but I
No,
mean,
it's like the
for
good,
me,
the bad,
she's not
and
I
ugly.
feel that.
oh, no, not her. Caitlyn, I did not say that.
Okay,
Caitlyn.
hold on. Let me stop it right there. I think what Luis was trying to like initiate, like
Yeah,
to
please.
tell you, is how does it feel, or is it a little bit different dating kind of outside of your culture? Like, how is that like? Because
Interracial, basically.
interracial. Because you're Mexican.
Yeah.
Mexican. Well,
Yeah.
hey, like
Yo,
I don't know.
No,
like,
hold on. No, this
Hard-
is a man. No,
hard-
this is a
no, no,
man's
no,
one of
no,
them.
no, no,
I'm,
Hold on, though.
I'm a hard end Mexican.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I just like, slowly like to ask, because some people are like, oh no, but like I'm from a different type of whatever. It's like, oh, okay, like my bad, But
Yeah,
I
some
think
people
that's kind of
take it
what Luis
offense.
was trying
Yeah.
to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also too, raising a baby is that like
Yeah.
a little bit different because it's like different cultures overall.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure, especially like growing up, it's like a different. It's a totally.
You
like,
grow up
That's when the
differently.
culture like stands out the most.
I think that was kind of my question as well. Now that he's like speaking into it, like how does that kind of like, how is that like, so, how is it different? Because, like growing up Mexican, you're like,
Just
let me fucking hit
how
you with
is
the
it-
chancla or whatever, and like, growing
Yep.
up,
You,
a
you know
different
what
race,
they're
it's
trying
a little
to
bit
get. I get
different.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know the question.
Why are you trying to
Alright,
cut
you
us
good?
off?
You want us to say? Yeah. What?
Because
what's your rush?
you're
What's
beating
your
yourself,
rush?
bro.
Luis, I got you.
Yes,
Oh
it
my
is.
I'll take all day.
Oh
What
my
about
night.
me?
I got you
I
too.
asked the question too.
Chinganton.
I'm just kidding. What?
What? You're part of the team. Didn't we say
Oh,
that?
oh yeah, that's right. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm sorry. My bad.
So then,
All right.
Anyways,
interracial-
then-
interracial
So-
dating.
So
So
basically.
we'll talk about this in two different ways. First,
You tell him.
the dating part, and then the raising a child part.
Yeah.
Alright.
The dating part, it's honestly. Let's see. My bad.
Damn, bro. No, just kidding.
Just
Go
breaking
Caitlyn,
things
don't
left
hit
and
him.
right.
You got
Um,
mad, huh?
ahead. No, you're good.
No, so the dating part, it's pretty natural. I mean, talking about dates and things like that, it's the same as like if you were to take out any other
anybody
any
else.
other race,
Woman, yeah.
because it's like honestly like you're just trying to get to know the person, trying to go out, have a good time.
You're trying to get to know each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on that part, I think it's not a big deal.
Mhm.
I mean, the one thing about Caitlyn is that she loves Mexican food. So
A plus.
That's-
It's
that's just a plus, 'cause-
Yeah.
hashtag El Queridos or
Yeah.
sponsor me.
I'm burnt out, bro.
Sponsor all of us at this point.
No, I'm burnt out.
Hey, shout out to Tito, bro. He got
Yeah.
us with the hoodies.
Yeah.
They don't fit
honestly-
me no more, but
Shut the fuck up.
Honestly, her liking Mexican food is a big thing because I mean, that's something that any Mexican
Yeah,
loves
yeah,
too.
yeah.
It's like that's what they grew up eating.
Yeah.
So that's just a plus.
Mhm.
But I'm a big burger steak guy. So like
You don't
dating,
know, you don't know.
So
dating.
it kind of like balanced it
Yeah,
out a
so
little
it's like
bit.
dating a white Caucasian if we're going. How is it called? What is it called?
Oh my god, this is
Caucasian, that's
funny.
crazy.
That's
All
what it is.
Yeah,
Don't hit him,
yes,
don't hit him.
Caucasian, yes,
Hey, I
Caucasian.
got my boy.
That is crazy.
But yeah, so
Oh,
honestly,
God.
it's in the dating wise, it's honestly it doesn't matter because you're just going out to get to know each
Yeah.
other. I guess bringing out, growing up, clearly two different cultures.
Yeah.
I would say like you were just saying, growing up, you come with the chancla,
The-
so
the
that's
chancla.
how we become,
Yeah, who we are.
straight,
Yeah,
and that's how we become who we
respect
are.
with others,
Yeah.
yeah, like getting
and
beat.
then as a white culture, they don't really do that.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's
They're like
pretty
they
understandable.
they have more patience,
yeah.
and that's what transfers to having, or the next step, like for us, like we had a baby.
Right.
She has way more patience than I
Is that
do.
Yeah.
kind of
I
just
think
like,
it's
does that kind of like bring you back in a way where, how, like I said, like you're so used to like la chancla and the wire and el fucking
Whatever that's
whatever's in your fucking view side,
In
like
your
boom,
reach, yeah.
exactly. And then coming from her side, it's just
Mhm.
kind of like, oh, okay.
Like,
You're
calm
like, does that
down,
kind of
calm-
like throw you off in a way, or did it throw you off in some,
it's
some
different,
aspect or
different
whatever?
like costumbres. I
Yeah.
would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
How do you say costumbres in English?
I don't think we're there.
Louis, shut up.
Our fucking
Just
life,
shut
whatever.
up.
Whatever.
Just shut up.
Buddy on
He
my
just tried to
watch.
go-
Buddy on my
Well,
watch.
Well,
I don't know what
it's
you're
hard
talking
that
about.
it's always hard for people that don't know, for us bilingual people, when we're
Right.
put on the spot to
You're put on the
interpret
spot.
one word to another, from any language to another, from Spanish to English or English to Spanish. When you're put on the spot, that's when we forget the word.
Yeah.
Like,
You guys
And then your
parents?
parents, like, hold on. And then your parents are like, oh, well, if you know so much English, like, and you don't know nothing, like, why the fuck am I asking you? It's like, damn, like, hold on, bro.
You guys have that
Like-
experience where they get a letter and they want you to translate it,
Yeah,
but you're like,
Or like, no, I got a
Yeah,
better
no,
one for you.
the
I
the
got a
report
better one
card,
for
the
you.
report
I
card.
was gonna say the report card.
Or like their Apple ID or whatever. It's like, oh, well, why the fuck do you not know the password to it? It's like, I don't fucking know,
Yeah,
bro.
It's like,
Like,
that's your thing, not mine.
I got a little story on that.
you're funny.
The only thing that I remember I lied about translating was because in high school when they do like the vision test and everything,
What?
I was legally blind, but I
Wait,
didn't
I
want.
think- I
I
think-
didn't
I
want to
think
wear
we-
glasses.
I think
I
you're
think
still
that-
legally blind.
I am legally blind, but I didn't want to wear glasses because I didn't
Dude,
want to
that-
be called a nerd like in school.
Dude, yeah, deadass. I'd rather be blind.
Yeah, I
than-
didn't want to be
Yeah, I'd rather
using
be blind,
glasses.
honestly. I'd rather
Like
be
no,
blind.
there's no hate to the people wearing glasses, but I didn't want to be that guy.
I wear
Anyways.
glasses, bitch.
Anyways,
I'd rather be blind.
no,
Swear.
there's no offense.
That's funny. No,
No,
there,
but anyways,
there was
No.
there
I
was
remember
times where
like, we did the test. We did the test, right? And I remember like the test, like literally we got a letter like in the mail. And like my test was like, this kid needs glasses. Like, like put glasses on this kid, like he can't see nothing.
Yeah.
And I remember I still didn't want to wear glasses or nothing. And I just translated that paper and I told my parents, I was like, no, it's because it just says that I can't see that far, but I can see. It's just that like far distance I can't see. Like I don't got binoculars like in my eyes,
Yeah.
but I can see.
Yeah.
Binoculars.
And then I got
Yeah,
and then I didn't get glasses.
No, but that reminds me of like report cards. For me, it was like, if they're saying you're doing bad in school, if that's what the letter says,
La
I
chancla.
would say this letter is just saying that you got the report card, not that you're
Oh
doing bad,
my
that you just
God.
got the report card. Which honestly,
I
that-
think everybody
that
has
saved a
that.
couple ass whoopings.
Yeah, dead ass. Like,
I feel that for sure.
I think especially since if you're like the oldest,
Yeah,
you got your ass beat for sure.
I'm
Like,
I'm the
dude,
middle
No,
child.
no,
so-
that's bullshit. Because
No?
I had a brother growing up. Like he's obviously older than me and stuff. And like my grandma at the time, because she raised me or whatever, she was always like, oh, like mijito esto, mijito el quello, or whatever.
Yeah.
And with me, it was like, nah, you need to get your shit straight. And I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, I should be the one that's getting left off the hook.
Yeah.
Like, What?
But
And that's a crazy thing about being raised
Growing
in,
up Mexican?
yeah, that say if there's 3 siblings, every sibling grows up differently.
different, yeah.
That's
That's
facts.
true.
That's facts.
The first one is grown up being expected
Literally,
to
like
standards,
how
Your high
They were raised.
expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
how your parents were raised,
and
that's
then
how you were
the
raised.
middle child, which I was even worse. And then
They're like the rebel. I would say.
Yeah, I think
Like the middle is more like the rebel.
I was no rebel.
Es un niño bueno.
I was honestly
about
growing
that?
up. I was like the angel, and then of course the young one is the favorite.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course,
Yeah.
like that's
can-
how it was
Well,
in my
I
family.
was
Yeah, that
definitely
is
not the
true.
middle or the last. I was the least favorite child. I will tell you that for sure. Cause holy shit.
Yeah,
But-
Nah.
and that's
My parents
that's,
hated me,
all
bro.
right, going
So going back, like,
Going
bringing
back,
it
that's why-
bringing it
that's
back.
why-
Yeah,
Bring
we
it
got
back.
second. We got second.
no,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's why
This
bringing
is about Danny.
bring.
You going-
it's not about
you
me.
raising-
It's,
yeah, no, like
it's about all of us.
Yeah, like you raising your
But
kid.
going back, that's one reason why I don't want an odd number of children.
Hmm.
Because
Interesting.
I always saw myself.
How many
and
babies are you
see-
having?
Shut up. Let him talk.
Damn.
If it's not
Caleb?
two, if it was up to me,
A
we
ver.
would already have the second one.
Oh, so it's
Oh,
Caleb's fault.
okay.
If it was
So
up to
what's
me.
Kaylin?
up?
All right, Kaylin, what's
Kaylin,
up?
you need to like hurry it up, bro.
And then-
I
and
get
then
it.
also-
They say that they need a time to heal and process,
Yeah.
which
That's facts. No, that's true.
it's
But
not.
yeah, but
It's
you're
not
like
on my
back-to-back.
hands.
You're like back to back.
Yeah, it's not on my hands. If it was
Yeah.
on my hands, it would have been like at the moment they said we're back to
He's like,
business.
I'm
Switch,
I'm
we're back to
I'm
business,
back in there.
then
I'm
it
in
would
there.
have happened.
Yeah.
But honestly, from my past, from my experience, that's why I don't want to have an odd number of children.
Like the
Because
middle
growing
child.
up, I was the lone wolf. I like to
Yeah.
call it.
Right.
It's my brother and my sister were always together, or my mom would always like my brother.
Kind
and my
of side
sister.
with them. Yeah.
But
do you
but
think-
when it would come to me, I would see, and I don't know if I talked about this with Blanca in her podcast, but when it would come to me, I could see my brother messing around with my mom, making jokes. I would see my sister
Right.
messing around with my mom. But then when I tried to joke around,
It was the complete opposite.
yeah, it was the complete opposite. It would take a complete U-turn,
Yeah.
and then it just wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
And then I like to see, further in the future, if we would go to amusement parks, like a roller coaster, there's seats of 2. Like I wouldn't want one child to be just alone.
Left out. Like,
Or even like I get it, like if Caitlin or I would go with that child,
Yeah.
then me or her would be left alone in one seat. So it's
Right.
like I think even number of children would be perfect for that reason.
I think this might be like back to culture.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, if you think about it, well, I don't know about you guys personally, but like, as a Mexican, like, you're used to seeing big families,
Mhm.
and like as an American, it's more like smaller, like
Yeah.
Smaller
siblings, so
yeah.
smaller siblings.
But
and everything.
they like to wait as well, is what I've
Yeah.
seen.
And I
Like
was gonna
they
say
like to wait their
the
career.
age difference.
Yeah.
Like the age difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
kind of crazy too.
for
Mexicans
me,
go back to back.
Yeah. No.
Back to back to
yeah,
back
I grew up alone.
Yeah.
Most.
So,
and which is crazy to think about that Mexicans or just like Latin
Hispanics, like-
Hispanic cultures would have so many children back in the day where honestly it was tough to
Fucking 12
raise
kids.
Yeah.
to raise that many. Like honestly, like right now we're like, fuck, child care is like
Crazy.
about
right, guys?
$700
Crazy
a
right now.
month for one. Like I don't know like how, and all respects and all credit to my mom, which she was a single mom raising 3 kids. Like I couldn't
crazy.
imagine that. Like thinking about right now, like we have one child
Yeah.
and it's not, impossible, but it's like
Well, I feel like
at times hard. Like depends where you are, like money wise. Like
well, and then also like obviously the economy changed.
Like
And
inflation.
that
does.
also
everything
kind of
changes.
like
Yeah.
I feel like that also kind of changes like your perspective on how you're kind of like raising your kid in a sense, because like for example how you said like you grew up seeing your mom raising 3 kids single,
which is tough
like
as hell.
and it's
Yeah.
crazy,
Yeah.
because you grow up like especially now in our generation, like you grow up and you're like holy fuck, like and with inflation going on
Yeah.
and with prices being so fucking up and about, like you're like, holy shit, like how did my mom do this? Because like me personally, like I don't have kids or anything, you know, like I'm on my own. But like I think of no, I don't got any kids, but like I think about it in a perspective where I'm just like, holy shit, I see, you know, I don't, like I said, I don't have kids, but I see my mom and I, you know, I see, I'm like, holy fuck, like how did you do it? Like working 2 jobs, busting your ass off and trying to give us, you know, maybe you were not around as much as I wanted you to, but like fuck, like how do you do it? You know what I mean? Like I don't know, that's just kind of like the way I see it in a sense. But why are you drinking my drink?
That's what I was.
Says the one that poured.
I was
Okay, but like I wanted more.
I was Luis. I'm with you because I was just looking at Angels. I'm like, you need help with that? You need help with that?
Okay, first of all, she finished hers and she poured my drink to her drink. So I'm just getting back what was mine.
All right, whatever. But
We need more Jack
but
Daniels.
But no, like that's definitely how I see it, because you know, like even me now, like I look at my grandma, like who raised me, and I'm like, holy shit, like yeah, I may be, you know, working a good job and I'm getting a good pay, but it's like, holy shit, like obviously times are different, you know,
It's a
like
lot rougher.
inflation is
think.
not as high as it was back then in the day, you know, but I'm like,
still, I mean, like
damn.
things were cheaper, but you were making less back
exactly
then.
exactly.
I don't know, because I know people that like at
How
the
many
shop,
kids do you want?
like at the shop, how many kids do I want?
Yeah.
No, that's actually a good question. I
I
kind of want to ask everybody, like, how many kids do you guys want? Like, that's actually a really good question.
Okay.
Angel.
Starting with Angel.
So me,
Put on the spot.
yeah, put me on the spot. I'm like Danny. I do not want like an odd number, you know, because then that would make you feel like a middle child. If God wants, you know, like a boy and a girl, and then I think it'd be good. You know, boy.
You want 2? That's it.
Boy first.
What if God?
girl
What if God
next?
is like, you're taking twins and a girl?
That would be.
Imagine
crazy.
you get like 2 girls. You still gonna shoot for the other shot?
I'm shooting for the boy.
And then that's
Wait.
odd. But
What
then
if
that's
you don't
odd.
get it and then
So
you
you're
just
gonna
keep
go get
going?
it?
I'm going back to back.
Are you going?
So
All right, that's what's up.
because I feel
And-
well, I mean, I feel like as a man, like you want
A kid.
a kid, you want a boy,
A guy.
like
Yeah.
you want a boy.
Well, you want a boy to start off with,
Yeah,
because
'cause
like
so you can
everybody,
The protector.
yeah,
It's like
everybody
you
says
want
to
like
protect.
the first person to be
Yeah.
a protector.
Yeah.
Which like, thank you, Lord. I
Yeah,
was
like,
able.
yeah.
I was able
It's
to
like
get a
first
boy.
one.
Yeah.
Bichi, hombre, la verga.
Hey, it's not with luck; it's with skill.
I feel
so
like,
for you
honestly,
guys,
like I feel like I can see that more as like, you know, obviously I'm a female,
we'll
whatever,
talk after.
but I can see that more as like a male role where you guys desire more to have like a boy, you know,
Yeah.
like where you look up to like having a boy. We're like, like, pues este es mi hijo, you know, like I'm gonna raise him like to a
Like, this is my
different.
son.
Wait.
Like, that's
Exactly.
your
That's
Yeah,
actually-
yeah,
like,
exactly.
That's
And I
actually-
feel like that's kind of like really big. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. Of course, like in the Mexican culture, Latin culture, where it's like you need to have a boy to
Yeah.
kind of like,
be the
you
mental
know,
health.
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly,
I mean,
exactly.
I could see it from like growing up, like movies point of views
Right.
and like TV shows where it's like, first of all, you want a boy to carry the last name, to carry your family's descent.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Descent?
Listen,
Yeah.
So it's like to carry your family's name like for generations.
Right.
Secondly, I feel like TV shows and movies showed that like having a boy first could protect if you were gone,
Mhm.
if you were
Anything.
to die,
Yeah.
could protect your spouse,
Yeah.
and your daughters,
And that's
your
kind of
son,
like what I was
future
coming.
sons.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was coming at. Like exactly what you
Mhm.
just stated. So
I have a quick question though. As a girl,
yeah.
do you actually like how we were talking about like as a guy, you do
Mhm.
want like a boy to be like your first, like let's say son?
Right.
As a girl, is it the same thing or it doesn't matter? What do you prefer, a girl? Your own point of view.
Honestly, like, well, this is just on
You
me
personally.
speaking,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
you
this is just
personally,
me personally speaking. But like, I always say, like,
Lo que pegue.
Dios, no, not even that. Like, I always say, like, God knows what he's doing, you know,
Yeah.
like, it's God's timing, it's not your timing, you know, if whatever the scenario is, me personally, like, the way I think, I always say, like, if you're a woman and God sends you a boy,
Mhm.
I've always said, like, it was for a reason.
Yeah.
Maybe it was because you were missing that lack of love growing up. Maybe it was because you need a reminder of what it is to be shown that love within your baby, whatever it is. If it's a girl, that's great. You know, like I'm never gonna be like opposed to saying like, like fuck, like I wish I had a girl, you know, like todo pasa por algo.
Yeah, I
Everything
was
happens
saying,
for a reason.
yeah.
But I always say, like, if I'm lucky enough to get a boy, and I've always said, like, I've literally always said this, like, I feel like I would be a boy mom. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. And that's probably just because of what I've gone through and my life itself, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, if I'm lucky enough to get a boy or a girl, whatever it is, like, that was a gift sent from God. You
Yeah.
know what
And
I mean?
honestly, like as a parent, and now like I understand like from like aunts and uncles and
Right.
whatnot, all you ask for as a parent is to have a healthy
I was saying,
Exactly.
have a healthy baby.
Yeah.
And honestly, I mean, thank God we have a healthy baby, and he's growing quicker
Dude,
than
yeah,
I
dude,
could
he is
imagine.
Quicker than ever,
dude.
yeah.
Now that they're gone, Caitlin went to visit her parents for the whole summer since she's a teacher. She has the summer off. And, you know, I was like, go for it. Like, go the whole summer. Like, I see you all the year. Like,
Yeah.
you don't get enough time to see your parents and get the help from your parents. Just go for it. I'll go visit you. And next week I go to visit her for 2 weeks. And then I come home and then she'll be there for another month. But, like, honestly, like, it's, how do I say it? Having a healthy baby is like the thing you really care about.
Right.
Honestly,
Yeah.
like we thought, or at least my point of view, I think she thought too that we were gonna have a girl. But that's just probably that something for the future.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
that's
Yeah.
something that we might feel. But thinking about it now, like having his name is Steele. We tried to be unique, honestly.
And
I love that. I love that.
No, and that's the thing. Like, everybody's like, "Oh, like why Steele?" Because I'm a Steelers fan. Everybody was like, "Did you name him Steele for the Steelers?" I say yes, just because I love the Steelers.
That's what
but-
I thought first. When
but-
What did
Kate-
Caitlin say, first of all?
Caitlin chose the name.
Oh,
did
she?
she?
She was down.
She
was the one that.
Well, she's the one that chose it, and I'm like, yeah, Steele for the Steelers. She said she would change the name if I would bring that up. I have to bring it up. But honestly, we thought Steele was such a unique name.
And it is the way that it's
Yeah,
spelled.
it
Well,
is. Yeah.
To realize that when we put him in daycare, there was a girl named Steele.
That's
No
funny.
way.
Spelled exactly the same.
I have a question
No.
for
Which is
you.
like, are you kidding me? Our first goal was to like
Be unique.
Did you and the
Be
dad
unique.
Yeah.
be different, and there was a girl in this grade, childcare,
Yeah.
named Steele.
I have a question for you because, like, you know, growing up in like the Mexican, I know we're making this a little bit more extensive than what it should be. But
It's okay, guys.
Kind of,
you guys are
it's
dealt
kind of
with
like-
Meco's logos.
no,
Which is the
literally,
first
like, I
Yeah.
think this is
Yeah,
interesting,
this
and
will
then
be the
like
last
I
question.
kind of want to get the point across, like. Growing up in a Mexican household, you're so used to like, oh, well, he needs to have my last name, or he needs to be junior number 1, junior number 2, junior number 3. Like, was that kind of like an obstacle for you where, like, you know, in the Mexican culture, like, oh, well, like, name him Juan, name him like, you know, the
Jose.
basic, like, exactly
Damn,
Jose
Luis.
or
Luis
like,
now, bro. Why
or
you gotta call
Luis or
Luis
whatever.
now?
Was that kind of like an obstacle for you and Kaylin?
Because
where
he's my
when
love.
you guys,
That's why.
when you guys were
What's
coming
wrong with
up,
naming him Jose or Luis?
nothing.
Yo,
Like,
no,
I'm
but
not
like-
saying nothing, but I'm saying, like, you know, for us growing up Mexican in the Latin culture, like, you're so used to like, oh, well, my kids need to have that same name,
Mhm.
or they need to follow that legacy of whatever the fuck it is. Was that
Like,
kind of
named after
hard
their
for
dad.
you? Was that like easy for you? Did you want something different? Because I know, like, growing up Mexican, like, they be judging a lot, like, oh, why did you name him Steel, or why did you name him like a really, you know, whatever it is.
Something different, like something
Because
different
like
than what they're
it,
used
yeah,
to.
because for example, like, I'll put like an example out there, like, for my brother, he has 2 kids now and stuff, and so his second born, he was a boy and he named him JD. And I remember my grandma would always tell him, like, why are you picking it, like,
Yeah.
you know,
I could
you
see
know
the-
what I mean, you
can
know
see
what
the
I
point,
mean.
like, does the J mean the name and then the D mean the
Exactly.
name?
And it's
But-
like my grandma, I always tell my grandma, like, bro, like, let him be, like, they're not your
Mhm.
kids,
Yeah,
you know,
that's
type
true.
of thing. So like, that's kind of like my controversy, and like asking you, like, was that hard for you? Was that like more easy for you? Is it like, you know?
So they know me and they know that I'm a unique type of guy. Like
Right.
I like to be
Yeah, and you kind of say that
different
at the
from
beginning.
everybody else.
Right.
A unique Danny.
Yeah. So and that's the very first point. Daniel. I know straight up at least
I got
10 different
brother named
Daniels.
Damn,
And
Danny.
Yeah.
No, we didn't do that.
And I honestly am fed up with like having the same name as everybody else.
I feel that.
So one thing that I wanted was to be different.
Right.
And the funny part is that when Caitlin and I were choosing names, when we found out the gender, one thing we wanted to keep a secret was what was the gender. So
Okay.
everybody else didn't know the gender of our baby
Right.
until he was born.
Okay.
So that was one thing that, like, props to you, Caitlin, and props to me. We were able to keep a secret. Like, everybody didn't know the gender. They had to guess until our baby was born. But no, like, talking about your point right now, I didn't want a name that was close to anybody else's name.
Anything near the Latin culture, Mexican culture.
Well, it's not even-
it's a
not
lot
even that,
different
but
now.
Not
it's
even
like, yeah.
Not even that, but it was honestly like to have the name different from anybody else. No matter what culture, it had to be different. Because I like to have unique things or be unique compared to everybody
I
else.
love
But
that,
what sucks
honestly.
is that, like, when Caitlin registered Steele for the not preschool, for childcare, the funny thing was, like, when the first day she went, she took Steele and was like, oh, Steele has like a little section for his backpack. Steele has a little section for whatnot. To realize that was a different Steele and not our child. Which, it's okay. I'm not mad
But
about
it's
it.
still, I think like you don't see that name
Yeah.
very often, especially
Right.
how you spell it out too.
Mhm.
It's like it's not common. It's just like a lucky
You're like, what the
draw, you
fuck?
know?
Yeah.
You know,
I do
Which-
have to point one thing out. I think nowadays it is being more trying to be a different, like, unique name. That's what we're seeing a lot of
Yeah.
new names. Back then, it was a lot more traditional names.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Because back then, if you think about it, a lot of the names are like come from the Bible. A lot of them come from, like, the family overall.
Generations or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And for me personally, I am like side by side because I am a junior. The fuck is funny with that?
I'm sorry.
The disrespect. The disrespect.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry, I'm
Yeah,
All right,
Please.
so
no, fuck.
You're my
We're
favorite
gonna
junior.
get at her.
You're my
We're
favorite
gonna get
junior.
her fucking Meco Locos, dude. She was invited, but not no more.
Stop. I just thought that was funny.
Nah, because, like, for me, honestly, I think I would have a discussion with my partner.
Yeah.
Because even for
Right.
me, I kind of feel like if I had a kid, like
Mhm.
like a baby boy,
yeah,
I might want to put my name
yeah.
But
just because it's like the
But,
third.
yeah,
you know, it's gonna be the
Oh,
third.
I'm
no,
fucking dead.
honestly,
It's traditional. though.
Honestly,
Yeah,
It's-
it is.
honestly,
It's Hispanic.
no, like, honestly, that's the difference from when you from when you're a junior to a third.
Yeah.
No,
'Cause
that's
when-
facts though.
'cause,
That's
like,
facts,
third is kinda
Because
Cool,
like
though.
if you were to name
Nah.
your son, if you had a son, Jose,
Jose
then
Luis.
yeah, but then you could call him
Basic
like
ass.
you could then call him J3
I'm gonna get my
or like
fucking
3J
Oh,
or like 3J. Be unique like in that type of way, like
yeah.
J3 or 3J, talking about like you're the
There's
third
different-
junior.
JL3.
There's different aspects
Yeah.
where you can be unique.
But
Like, it
it's-
doesn't have.
it's
It could be the
always-
same, but like
But
different.
it's
Yeah, but it's always
traditional,
that
that's what I'm
just
saying. It's
junior.
traditional.
It's
just
the
like
junior that's
Hispanic
hard.
cultures with that.
But for me,
Yeah.
I never gone by junior personally, but I
You
am
just-
a junior.
Yeah,
But that's what I'm saying.
but that's what
Junior
I mean
Luis?
too.
I'm kidding.
But
That
like
shit's
that,
funny.
but like when we were choosing names, like she chose the boy name and I chose the girl name, and like
What did
until
you
we
have
found-
for a girl
found
name?
out,
I'm intrigued to
um,
know.
it
and
might
we were-
not be your ex.
Huh? What?
I'm
That
just
is
teasing you, I'm teasing.
crazy.
Dude,
What?
you're fucking
No.
That is
wilding right now.
Crazy to say that.
No fucking
was
way.
teasing.
No, no,
What
no,
did
no.
That is
say?
actually crazy.
Kaylin, if you're
dude.
watching this, please ignore this man
Do
because
not
he's
listen to
fucking
Luis, dude. He is
crazy.
actually crazy.
Kaylin.
Alright.
But
That
like,
is actually
anyways,
crazy.
besides the point, like
No,
I'm
I'm just
kind of,
saying. No,
I'm
it's a
kind of-
say. It was a joke.
I'm really,
It's a say, like, you know,
Shut
you're
the fuck
gonna
up.
It's okay. You're the love of my life.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued to know like what were your like girl names if you were to have a girl.
we only had one, and to start off for our boy name, if we had a boy, it was gonna be Asher. Like to start
Ooh, I
off,
love that. Yeah.
to start off, it was Asher.
I
At
love
least
that.
on her side.
Right.
My boy name was Ray,
Okay.
but it was spelled as the Mexican or the Latin version REY, which represents king
King.
in English,
I might do that.
king
soon.
in Spanish. So
Interesting.
Ray, she's a girl. I let her have her name Asher.
Right.
As time went on, as we got closer, we found out that there was so many kids named Asher.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
That's a
many
new one. I didn't
kids.
think of that.
So at the church I go to, our worship leader's son's name is Asher. Caitlin's a special ed teacher for preschool. There's a kid there named Asher, and then like left and right, Asher. It's just like a car. Like when you like are
Right.
looking into a car, and you're like, all right, I want to get this car. You start seeing it all over the valley.
Yeah.
Literally, that
It's
was
like-
me
yeah.
yesterday. I will not stress that enough because that's
Yeah, you-
period.
When you start paying attention to it, you
No,
start
for real.
you start
Yeah.
seeing it everywhere.
Yeah.
That's true.
So the last second, Caitlin.
Do you think that's kind of like a sign, or do you think that's kind of like a,
a sign not to do it
Eh.
or to do it?
or exactly a sign to do it or to not do it?
Depends who you are. If you like unique names, then like us, then like it's a sign not to do it. Or if you like to go with the flow, then yeah, go for it. Like I'm no one
Okay.
to judge with it. But then once Caitlin saw, or we both saw that, we're like, Asher's not the name. Like there's too many Ashers. And then she said Steel. I'm like, Steelers, here we go.
Say less.
I love that though.
And that's the
like,
thing about the Steelers. They're like hashtag here we go. So that's why I said that.
I feel like
But-
that's pretty unique though. Like Steel, like I don't. Well, me personally, like I don't feel like you hear that name very often.
yeah.
You know, like it's
I know, and that's why it surprised us when we were like, "Oh, there's a girl in his class named
Yeah.
Steele." But so Steele was the definite boy name that we had, and then the girl name that we had was Asa.
Oh,
okay.
that-
Asa.
I have not heard of that one before.
I've
actually.
Yeah, me either.
never heard of that name.
That's why I wanted it.
That's a
That's
good
why.
name. That's
That's
a
why
good
I
name.
wanted
That's a
it.
good
And the
name.
thing with me was that I wanted. I don't know how I came up with it, but I came up with Asa with the Z.
Mhm.
So like you pronounce the Z more. So Asa. Caitlin was not a fan, and she was like, if it's with an S, then yeah, that's fine. And then Asa was found in the Bible. I forgot what the meaning was, but Asa was a name that we decided to go with for a girl. And then once we found out it was a boy, then it was determined that it was
Right.
Steele.
That's interesting. That's really
Mhm.
cool. Where do you go to church?
I go.
Sorry, I'm not trying to like make this extensive, but like I'm
Well,
actually
yeah, this-
really
this-
into
Sorry,
this.
guys, that it's
I'm
long,
actually, like,
but-
I know it's long.
We'll have like a part 2.
I know
but-
it's long, but I think this
Are we
is
gonna
like
have
really
part two?
interesting.
Yeah.
You know, like
Oh,
I.
I'll come whenever I'm invited,
Hey!
especially with you. amor.
Where do you go to
Yes,
church?
thank you.
I go
Like,
to the Orchard.
Where's that at?
The Orchard is in Carbondale. It's next to that elementary and middle school.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
and-
behind the back road, right?
Yes, on that
Okay,
back
okay,
road,
okay,
and
okay.
I do play at times. So
Okay. What do you play?
I play the piano mostly.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's mostly- it's
guys,
mostly
Danny
the-
is a musician, bro.
It's
Yeah,
mostly-
Danny, like I'm telling you, he's fucking talented.
yeah.
He's
it's-
just a
whatever
he
photographer,
touches, whatever he
musician,
touches, just
everything.
raps.
I am
Okay.
not-
Podcast
that's
guest.
Yeah, dude.
Do you? When does your church start? Like on Sundays or like
So
weekdays, whatever.
our main services are on Sunday.
Okay.
Our first service is at 9 in the morning, 9 to 10.
Okay.
And then our second service is from 10:30 to 11:30. Pretty much an hour long, but I like it because it's a 1 hour service. It's
Right.
like at times, especially from like for like Hispanics, like I've been to those churches, I played in those churches, and they come up to like 3 hours of service.
But they're done that.
Which is a nice thing for an American service, which
Right.
I go to an American church. I mean, long story short, I think I talked about it in Blanca's podcast. Once
Right,
again,
yeah.
shout out to you, Blanca, for having me in your podcast. But honestly, it's more open, less judging, less critiques. I mean, the reason why I left, one of the things were tattoos, and then also piercings. That's why I stopped playing at the Hispanic church, and then I just
Right.
felt like everybody was criticizing me.
Yeah.
And then when I started going to American church,
It was
an English
different.
church, I was like, could I wear this? Because I wasn't allowed to wear that back
Yeah,
then.
no, I
Or
hear
like
you.
I would get
Different. It
judged.
was-
I hear
yeah.
you.
I was
for
like, could I
sure.
wear this? They're like, honestly, wear whatever you want. Like,
Yeah.
you could come however you want, like open handedly. Like,
Yeah.
hats are allowed, piercings, tattoos. Like,
Whatever
just come,
it is, yeah.
just come how you are.
Yeah.
And the one thing I love about the Word Church is their main goal is to love God, love people.
I
Mm.
No
love
matter
that.
how you come, they'll accept you.
You're
No matter how you
accepted, yeah.
come, they'll treat you like family. No matter how you come, you feel like a part of them. And they're
And I
very
feel like
welcoming,
that's
very
very-
loving.
Lovely.
Sorry.
I think that's very important, you know, because like I've been to different churches. Like I grew up Catholic and whatever it is, and it's really, really different growing up in the Catholic going into Christianity
Mhm.
type of way. Obviously I'm a Christian now, whatever. I don't go to church on a, you know, every Sunday on a day-to-day basis. Like I will speak on that, you know, but you can kind of tell the difference on how it is growing up Catholic, going into
Yeah.
Christianity, kind of like going on a roller coaster type of thing with being accepted and not being accepted.
Yeah, and I'm not
But
trying
I think
to-
that's really cool, you know.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to get here about
that
like
topic.
about
No,
religion.
yeah, no,
It is a big topic.
absolutely,
It's-
absolutely.
It really is a
absolutely.
big topic because I've
Especially
been through it before.
Yeah.
And then you actually watch the music video, Lecrae, Church Close.
Mhm.
What?
Have you seen Church Close?
I
You
think
know.
so.
Dude, that's it. It talks a lot.
He's never
Lecrae-
seen
look-
it.
No, it's
I'm like,
Lecrae?
I think so because
No,
I've
Lecrae.
listened
If
to
you, if
Lecrae
you
a lot.
look up Lecrae with Church Close,
Mhm.
it talks about that main topic, you know. But it just like I said, it's another just topic of like different cultures
Yeah.
overall.
Yeah,
You know, and it involves the religion.
and no, I mean clearly no judging, but like if you guys listen to Blanca's podcast, like I get more in depth about it.
Yeah,
It's,
you do.
Yeah.
it's more about relationship versus religion.
Right.
Mm.
And I mean, especially with the Orchard, shout out them. I mean, they've treated me ever since I've gone there like family. So it's
Right.
like, honestly, they'll take you in for who you are. And their goal is to love God, love people, and they'll love you like they love God. And honestly, it doesn't matter who you are, what you've been through, what you're going through. They'll bring you in.
Yeah, like
as
it
a
feels
family.
good when you're welcomed. You know, if you're
Mhm.
Yeah.
welcome for who you are.
Yeah.
The best
know?
church is like when you feel like you're at home, you know,
Yeah.
Right.
overall.
Yeah.
But guys, anyways,
We've gone too
This was a
far.
great
Yeah, we've gone a
podcast.
little bit too far.
we might
but-
do a part 2 if Danny's down about it. I mean,
I'm always
we
down.
are Mecos
Yeah.
Locos.
I'm part of
It
the
runs
team
in our
now, by the
blood.
way.
It runs in our blood. It runs in our blood.
Yeah, it runs in
I'm
the
part
blood.
of the team, by the way. If you
I
guys
mean-
didn't know, I'm part of the
I
team.
mean,
Anyways.
look, we finished the Jack Daniels.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
did.
it's a smaller bottle, but it's not the
You want
first
a bigger
time.
one?
Did you want a bigger bottle?
It's not-
Hey, we
Damn.
are Mecos Locos. That was done for
It's
us.
it's
We're good,
it's
we're
not the
chilling.
it's not the
Oh
first
my
time that we
God.
finish a bottle,
Yeah.
and it won't be the last.
Exactly.
No, but-
Period.
There you go.
Well,
guys-
thank you so much for, you know, joining us and, you know, willing to speak with us. And
Hope you
Yeah.
enjoyed your time.
Whenever you guys want, I'm
Ya
here.
está, ya dijo.
Nah,
Hey,
whenever
he said
you
it
guys
right
next
want.
on
podcast.
film.
Now he's late. Yeah.
But anyways,
And-
guys, this is
Just a
Taking
little.
Shots podcast. And as always,
Don't forget to keep taking shots.
I drop.
Shut the fuck up, bro.